with the sound. Now I'm echoing now. Can you hear it now? Check the sound on here. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Can you hear? No? That's great. Hmm. Check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me now? Is that everything plugged in, right? Hello. Can you hear me now? Microphone check 1 2 1 2. You know it's like a 5 10 second delay too. Microphone check. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Anybody can hear me? Let me know. Hello? Can you hear me now? Oh, you can't hear me now. I don't know what I did different. Make it work. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I heard it echoing now that time. But we here.
Okay.
Y'all here. Let's try this again. It's the one and only Auntie and Niche Show. The Awakening Podcast. Coming at them from CPDBP live. You need some headphones, Bethany. You'll be hearing the stuff going on, girl, in my head. I think it's the stuff going on in my head. You might need more than some microphones for that. There be some stuff going on.
How was your week?
Man, this has been a week. I'm gonna hand you these because I'm yours anyway.
No, I don't need no headphones.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
You don't need to hear. Okay. She don't need to hear. I don't know how she having a show. Put all kinds of stuff in her ears. She don't even know what's happening.
I trust you. That's what it is.
Oh God.
Called trust.
Let me smack her.
She didn't even put that. She put some music.
Oh. See, she don't know what I'm doing over here. I just want her to know. I don't even know what I'm doing over here. Sometimes it's a learning process. It's a learning process.
So how was your week? You said
It's been very interesting. Very interesting. It has been very interesting. And the start of this one has, I'm gonna say, I had a couple moments yesterday, but it wasn't. I don't know what to call it. It was a mental breakdown, I think, because I'm still dealing with deaths from my mother and my nephew, and then some other family members. It's just all piled up. And then yesterday we separated my mother's ashes and stuff, and it was kind of an emotional day for me. And then piled on just normal day to day stuff that you deal with, people stuff, relationship stuff, family stuff, just that stuff. All that piled up is just like I'm like, ugh, I want to just snap out. And you know, my sister did offer me some happy pills. She was like, "Girl, you need a happy pill. They make pills for that." Sure, I told her give me.
what's the happy pills? I wish I would have knew.
I told her give me two, but she said stop by if you want some happy pills.
Happy pills.
But, yeah.
Yeah, you got to teach me about that.
I don't know about the happy pills really because I was scared with it. I probably needed one, but I was scared. I was gonna stay away from her. She tried to get me. But not that I'm scared to be happy, but I don't know what that happy will make me feel like.
Right.
So yeah, I just stick to my Ciroc. Oops, did I say that out loud? Stick to my Ciroc. But today, I don't know. We got a good topic, I think.
Yeah.
Got a good topic, and I left my paper in there, but I got so much in my head.
You want me to have
No, good. I'm good. I got so much in my head. It's deep. It's deep.
Huh?
It's deep because people think they think when they hear certain terms, it means something that it's not.
Right.
Because what we are not ever going to do is we're not going to bash anybody. We're not going to criticize nobody else's opinion. and we're not gonna be against a certain group.
Because honestly, we need that other group that we talking about.
Exactly, exactly. But I mean, in general, period. So if we're talking about sexuality, we ain't against nobody's sexuality. We
Yeah,
just trying to understand sexuality. If
right,
we talking about relationships, we're not against men or women. We just we trying to figure out about relationships.
right,
So whatever we talk about, that topic is stuff. A lot of stuff is our opinion, but we want y'all opinions too. We
right.
we invite anyone to want to join our show at any given time. We live at 6228 West Capitol Drive. So if you got an opinion and you want to pull up, pull up. We want you to pull up. We'll put you on the mic. We ain't like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But only thing we ask is to respect everybody else's opinion because we're gonna respect your opinion because we want to hear it. But because I don't know what your perspective is, I only can tell you mine and how I feel. I can't even tell you what her perspective is.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you what her. I only can listen to what her perspective is and understand it because we both human beings with our own perspectives. So basically that's what I was gonna say. But how was your week?
My week was challenging as well.
Okay.
I've been trying to just figure out like what I want to do when it comes to like my 9 to 5 job.
Hmm.
Just figuring out like exactly where I want to be and what I want to do with that. Like, and I'm coming up with different solutions, but I'm just trying to make sure it's feasible for me and my girl,
Exactly.
and it fits well with our lifestyle.
Hmm.
And with these schools not having like school buses right now and different things like that, transportation, it's kind of rough.
It is. It is.
It is kind of rough. Like almost having any job.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you gotta make sure if you gotta make sure your kid get to school, get from school, and this any parent,
Or
man
after
or
school
female,
activities.
you're trying to balance them out with that. Make
Yeah.
sure that their schoolwork is right so that they can do the after school activities to give them a balance. It's hard. It's not easy. And that's for any parent, mother alone, father alone, two parents together. You got to balance it out. You got to figure it out how you can do it.
Some days I wish it go back to how it used to be in the community where, people would carpool together.
Okay.
I know, but it's so rough doing that
Yeah.
here in Milwaukee.
Right.
Because
Do
of
it.
how people drive nowadays. You'd be
Hmm.
so scared to put your child in the car with anybody else.
Exactly.
Sometimes let alone yourself.
Family too. 'Cause they
You know
can't
what I
drive
mean?
either.
So it's like, it's difficult a little bit after COVID.
Yeah. COVID did change a lot of things. You know, just dealing with just the community period.
Yeah.
Community was out. I ain't gonna lie, communities out. Different communities do things a little different.
Yeah.
It used to be where the lady next door used to sit on the porch. She could tell my mama everything that happened when she wasn't at home.
Right.
But now you worry about the lady next door trying to get up in the house and do something that she ain't got a business doing
To your
because
kids.
she know your mama ain't at home.
Mm-hmm.
And
Take
that's
food.
anything. Yep.
Yeah. Because people not working together. People not loving each other like they supposed to. And loving each other like they, you know,
Yeah.
used to.
Yeah. It is what it is. It's
They
tough.
not doing the golden rule. Auntie, what's the main? Well, people don't even know the golden rule.
They don't.
Let's talk about the golden rule
Okay,
first.
let's talk about that.
Treat people how you want to be
Be
treated.
treated. Exactly. And even if they're treating you a little bad, you just gotta maybe you can
Pray
still
for
treat
them.
them right, but back up. You ain't gotta do what they do. Even though it's hard, I ain't gonna tell you it ain't because I'm talking to me right now. It's hard to treat people how you want to be treated when they treat you bad
True.
because you be like, I'll be thinking like this. Karma ain't coming fast enough for me. I want my lick back, and I be wanting my lick back right then and there because I'm petty, and I be wanting it back, but I be trying to be an adult about it, and not want and not. It ain't that I don't want my lick back. It's just sometimes I try not to act on my impulses because my impulse would be to, I don't know. Did you see my Facebook post? I stole it from somebody else. It was a Facebook post that said, "You ever want to kill somebody, bring them back, and then tell them stop fucking with me?"
or just this is what will happen next time or anytime. you mess with me.
Exactly. That makes sense to me. Because my thing really is, it's just like, stop fucking with me. Just let me be.
For real.
Let me be. Because I'm going to let you be, you know. And then and people are just not being what they need to be
Hmm.
these days.
Yeah.
When I say 100% truthful, be truthful with who you're dealing with about really, really. Be straightforward. I can't assume how you feel.
Yeah. I'm learning that. And I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
I'm learning that, like,
I want to ask you straight up how you feel. You know, or tell me how you feel. If you're not feeling me, if you was feeling me yesterday and you don't feel me today, tell me I don't feel you today. Tell me this ain't a good situation for us. And that's with friends, family, anybody. I'm not gearing this at no particular thing, but it's just the truth. Just tell people how you feel. Be man and woman enough to just say, hey, look, I was thinking that we was somewhere that we not.
mm,
So I'm gonna do this.
mm,
I ain't mad at you. I ain't angry with you. And I don't dislike you. I'm just not, me and you ain't in the same space right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
And if you're not in that same space, that's fine. If you're honest with that person, I think it'll work itself out. I
yes.
think it works itself out. But yeah, that's
Knowing your niece, knowing your niece, do you feel like a lot of relationships, I pretty much let people know where they
I
stand at?
I think you're straightforward with a lot of things. But I also think that you should I think that you should sometimes, and we use a lot about signs like zodiac signs. A lot of people are into that. A lot of people aren't into that. Like a lot of people say this sign is this, Pisces is this, Pisces be tripping. Um, Leos is like this.
Hmm.
This sign is like that. You know, people got all these different thoughts on what a sign,
Hmm.
what that person characteristics are. Yeah, I'm about to tell you something. You can probably find any characteristic in any sign that people say about that sign,
Hmm.
but because it's so general,
Right.
it's so general, and I gotta big up to whoever making money off of astronomy, but I said that word right. Okay, astronomy.
It would be, I think it's, yeah, astronomy and astrology, wouldn't it? I think it would go
But
both ways. Yeah.
people do that science stuff. Anyway,
No, but I think you're right.
but
Astronomy and astrology.
because they can say something to, they can put something out there about today. Well, your week is gonna can be like this, and this is this and this, and you can have people so geeked on that that they make it like that because they read it's gonna be like
Right.
that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You're gonna have a bad week. Watch out for people you think is close to you that's gonna do you wrong.
Hmm.
Anything that, and people get they in their head that that's what really is gonna happen, and they find that stuff in each person they're dealing with when it don't really even apply. It just is so broad of a spectrum of a thought that you got to be careful with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I do, and I don't. I believe that some signs have some characteristics. Don't get me wrong. Like certain signs might be this way, certain signs might be that way. Just but all that little nick and tack. No,
Yeah.
I know I'm emotional. They say Pisces are emotional, and certain other little things about Pisces. I even laugh and joke and play with some stuff that I see. What sign? Um, I'm a what to say? I'm gonna cuss you out today, and in 20 minutes I'm gonna call you back like ain't nothing happened, and you better pretend ain't nothing happened either. I
Hmm.
seen a post like that. What sign am I? I was like Pisces. That's my sign, but because this is me. I might have to get something off my chest
Right.
and get it off my chest. I'm done with it, especially if it's somebody I love and care about. You know, I'm a born fusser. That's one thing. That's a quality I do have. I don't like sometimes because I can't stop fussing. Sometimes I'm just fuss, fuss, fuss. But then I try to when I try to put it down. Okay, so because people, everybody don't know how to deal with that. They think you got a problem with them or you rah rah. When I'm not rah rah. For people to say Pam always mad. Pam always got an attitude. No, that's not true because Pam is a very happy and very loving person. But Pam, when she sees something in somebody that she loves and she don't like it, or she think that they can do better, or she know they can do better, Pam points that out to that person and let them know. And I'm trying to show you. And if you give me the blow off feeling, it makes me feel like my mark ain't been met, and I be feeling like I have to meet my mark. But I'm working on that too,
Hmm.
because everybody ain't to be helped. Everybody ain't to be understood. Everybody ain't where I'm at
Right.
in my life, because I'm at that place. I know I'm there. Although I struggle with a lot of things. I'm at that place in my life that I'm looking at stuff in a way that sometimes I'll have to choose my battles.
Right.
You know, I'll have to choose my battles. Every battle ain't for me to go up against and try to win, because it just ain't. It just ain't. We got some people out here saying some things. They see, hey Lisa, there isn't a dictionary meaning for the term, but we use it as a way to describe a woman that leads. There you go. There you go. That's that alpha female girl. Right. Okay. Hey, Dana Mellock and Ariana. But yeah,
Well, well, for
we.
me, with when it comes to like astrology,
Mm,
I take it into consideration.
right.
I'm gonna say that I feel like that's like if you want to put it a percent, 30%, maybe
Hmm.
40% of your personality,
Right.
because it also goes back to how you was raised,
Hmm.
your morals and values and things
Right.
like that.
And things that was instilled in you.
Your
Yeah.
parents, different stuff like that.
Right.
I think it's way more than just, oh well, I'm a Leo
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and period point blank.
Hmm.
And some people I do talk about it a lot, and
Hmm.
I think it's just because um now that I'm a little older, and I read a lot,
Hmm.
it's been like a lot of that, like a lot of the same type of people or signs been meeting me.
Right.
So it's like, why? And I
Okay.
think that's why I talk about it a lot.
Okay. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but that ain't like your Bible of how, oh, this how all the relationships is. But
Right.
I have seen where you can meet. I can meet a guy and not ask him his sign, and I can say, oh, he got like a Leo, or he
Hmm.
got like a Virgo,
And being right.
and been on point,
And being right.
and been on point.
And look at them and be like, dude, like it's all on you, bro. It's on you. Like I can't look past it.
Right. I
I'm
can't.
trying to,
I'm trying to exactly.
or I don't want to look at you like that.
Right. Right.
But
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
yeah.
that's deep. That's gonna be
But
for another
alpha
podcast.
women. Alpha women, auntie.
Alpha women, alpha
And
female,
alpha men. But we're
alpha
gonna talk
man.
about alpha women tonight.
We're gonna talk about the women tonight.
We're gonna talk about because
Cause
honestly, I don't know how auntie feel,
mhm,
but maybe just maybe the next one might be about alpha women and alpha females because tonight we're gonna dib and dab not only on just alpha women, we're gonna talk about different personality traits of a woman, period. But
right,
the main one that we're gonna probably talk about more is gonna be alpha women because that's kind of what they compare most personalities to when it comes to trying to determine who this woman is or what kind of person this woman is or what kind of personality she have. They always revert back to the alpha woman. So that's what that is. That's why we said alpha woman. But technically we're gonna be talking about different personalities, different traits, different things that different women go through and you know.
yeah.
So
I'm still being a school teacher and a mom. So y'all gotta excuse me. But
because some people probably don't understand. See, it's like six.
right,
Well, it's six probably like main personalities.
traits of a what you saying of a female different personalities.
Yeah.
I am gonna have to step out and go grab my paper because
No, that's fine.
you know
You
because
good?
because there are like 9 signs of being an alpha female,
Yeah.
or yeah, alpha female, and I want to make sure that we cover all of those along with the 6 that you have,
Yeah.
because we do our research differently. She do hers one way, I do mine, and a lot of times we don't never share until
But
right
it all goes.
right
It
it
goes.
all goes together until we get right here
Hmm.
together. That's when we start.
But that's good because that's good conversation.
It's very good conversation because I'll be like, wait a minute, what you say? Oh, or she'd be like, Auntie, look, it's the same stuff I was just saying.
Or like it make us it realizes like what wavelength people be on and like
Exactly.
you know,
She got an old soul, y'all too.
I
Sorry.
do.
I'm gonna sneak out
I
for a
do.
second and let Miss Lady keep talking to y'all, but I'll be right back.
So like from what I'm learning, it's the alpha female. You got the alpha female, you have the beta female, you have a gamma female, you have an omega female, a delta female, and a sigma female. And like Ati said on the comments, like when Lisa said, she said it's not really probably like a dictionary meaning, but we do consider like a lot alpha female to be a leader. Um, she mainly stands out in group and or even alone. She don't need a group. Um, and that's like the good thing of alpha female. She don't need a group. She's normally really social. She probably can stand up in the group, basically kind of take over a group of men. When I'm not gonna say I'm saying it the wrong way. She don't take over a group of men. She can lead a conversation in a group of men, and right, and so they basically break down right until they break down the the personalities, I guess, by Greek sign. But I guess it's just basically like grouping women together, and that's probably the best way that they can come up with it is by coming up with by saying alpha, beta, gamma, omega, delta, and sigma. So those are the different ones that we um we have in our group, and I'm sorry, our group of women. So alpha women are confident, self confident. They can be attractive in love, and on the flip, very intimidating at the workplace. So some guys I've been learning and hearing, and you guys could chime in and let me know. But I've been learning and hearing that a lot of fellas they some of them shy away or is intimidated by alpha women, but then some really like the alpha woman because she's confident. She got a lot of self confidence, and of course, self confidence is very very attractive to most men. Um, I've heard and learned that most guys are starting to really, I'm trying to say it the right way, really appreciate women that um, come into a room and can basically have a room of people pay attention to her more than um pretty much. I've been learning that a lot of guys they like women that can come into a room and take over a room. And I don't know. I don't think I don't feel like when I did my research, I don't feel like I'm necessarily an alpha female, and I'm okay with that. It's not because I don't think that I can lead. It's not because I don't have self confidence. It's a lot of things that I also don't see myself being um, when it comes to being like an alpha woman, and I'm okay with that. Um, Auntie, where you at? I'm just being honest. I don't really think that I feel that necessarily an alpha woman, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna say that I'm saying that,
Okay, I'm sorry.
and I don't want you to be like, huh?
Oh, no, I'm not gonna be like her because I'm finna understand. Because in part, I feel like I'm an alpha female, but in part, I feel like I'm not too.
Yeah.
So I think in some ways, I feel like I am. I am. After when I took a test,
Okay.
I went as far as taking a test, and I took a test, and the test for I don't know how legitimate the test was, but it was a test I found online that told me that I was an alpha female, and I had the alpha female qualities. So yeah, and then
I just only reason why I feel like I'm not is because of I- when I break down the other personality,
hmm
I seen that I don't necessarily want to even probably be an alpha female sometimes. Maybe I'm running away from being an alpha female.
now that could be true, because and
Maybe that's what it is.
maybe that and you know and maybe your interpretation of alpha female is not what the technical term of alpha female mean, because some people, when I said that to someone the other day about the topic for our show, well, a couple people. First, I ain't gonna tell you it's funny. I ain't gonna call nobody's name out, but they're watching and they might hear me. They said, "Did that mean a manly woman or like a woman that want to be a man?"
No.
So they made an assumption what alpha female mean, because they're thinking of alpha male. They're not looking at being strong, independent, and know how to handle
Business.
business.
But see, it's different aspects of the alpha woman. It's the business side, then it's the romantic, I guess you could say, side. And the only reason why I think that I don't fit in is because they try to say like the alpha woman is. I'm trying to think of what they pretty much the they basically said that she just is overly confident and overly, and I'm not gonna say I'm overly confident because I have confidence. I'm very confident. I
Yeah.
just don't think that I fit into that sometimes.
And
And it's a reason, and I can't think of it exactly right now. Maybe once we continue to have a conversation,
mhm.
I will know exactly what I'm trying to say.
That's very
But yeah, that's
that's a test. This is the like I took this test online, and I don't remember the actual source because I had to copy and paste the test results because it wouldn't let me just print it out from the site because they wanted me to buy a book. I wouldn't mind buying the book, but I was trying to do my research on some basic, and I seen the test. I wanted to take the test, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And it just says, while being an alpha female is incredibly powerful, alpha females also experience some negative side effects.
hmm,
Mhm. And then it says the research participants in the study in the Journal of Leadership Education expressed having to pay price for their status and strong alpha female identity. Um, they felt at times that they were negatively labeled and stereotyped. So, just to stop right there for a second, I do think the term alpha female is automatically stereotyped and looked at as negative. And then I had the one experience I was telling you before I left, that the person, they thought it was like a manly woman and woman, type like that. But then I had somebody say something in the area. Oh, I don't want to watch that because y'all. I don't want to hear that y'all bashing on men. I'm like, it's not
why would
about.
we be no?
Why do I don't never want to bash a man.
I don't either.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I
love men.
I do too. so, so it's not about bashing anyone or anybody. It's not about that, and it's never been about that. It's about your characters and your what you how you perceive yourself and how you conduct yourself in that status. Because everybody, no matter who you are, whatever status you carry, you can be always brought down.
hmm
There's always somebody, even if it's somebody that's below you, trying to bring you down.
hmm
Somebody always trying to bring somebody else down for their status, and that's why I try with my fussing. Sometimes I try not to project my opinion sometimes on other people, because that's not fair. Because you projecting your opinion on me, it may not crack me the way me projecting my opinion on you may crack you. And that's never what I'm trying to do. I'm never trying to bring nobody down.
hmm
I just want people to understand where I'm at sometimes. And so when I fuss, I just try to. Lately, I know I've been stepping back off of it because it's like I can't help people that don't want to be helped. So I'm running my mouth for nothing. And it's not. I ain't saying that's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying I'm learning who to talk to and who I can and who I cannot help. Even people that say they won't help, they really a lot of the times they really don't want help. Everything is good until we ain't agreeing.
Yeah.
And I guess at that moment you think you asking me for my opinion, but you think you smarter than me. So my opinion shouldn't don't matter to you. So therefore, I can keep my opinion to myself because it's a waste of my breath. If you understand what I'm saying when I
Hmm.
say that. So if you asking me, you put down a situation that you want me to to give my opinion on that situation. You give me the facts of the situation, and my immediate thing because when I evaluate every situation, I always come back to me as the common denominator in my situation. So if I'm experiencing something here, 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 and they're all equally the same, it's only one or two options that situation is. I keep going to the same person with the same thing and getting back the same thing
Hmm.
because I'm doing the same exact thing with the same person, even though it might be different people. Is I'm doing the same thing and getting the same results, or I need to evaluate me in the way I do things.
Hmm.
Because if these four people or these four different situations are very different and not alike, not identical, then the common denominator in all them situations is
Hmm.
me.
Right.
So me being the common denominator in all those situations, I try to evaluate and work on me.
Right.
So it may take me a little longer in some cases because I'll be something else, but I try not to project me as much on somebody when I know they really ain't ready for me. Because one minute I'm on top of the world, and the next minute I'm beating myself up for one slight mistake that I might have made or one slight situation that I did because I carry myself to want to be in a position and not lose that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to lose it to you. I can lose it from to myself because if I know I'm here and I'm on this line, I want to keep going rising like this. I don't want to be going down like that. Betty, what you doing? You doing something?
Who was that?
Sit down, lock the door, and sit down. Finish your work. So,
I think the reason why I say I'm not an alpha female is because they say that a lot of times when I looked it up, they say that they look for praise for stuff that they should do. That's why I think that's one reason why I said I wasn't
hey,
one.
Shadami.
And I did, and I did a lot of research on them, and they always go back to the negatives part, the negative parts of it. They want praise for stuff that they should already do for
See,
being like an adult already.
all right, that's not an alpha female. So whoever did that study or conducted that study, whoever conducted that study is, I think that was some
Hating.
that was something more than just being. That was something different because you can't want praises for being a human being. How can you want praises for being a human being when you that's what you're supposed to be? I can't ask for praises for being a mom
But no, I guess
because
that's what they say a lot of alpha women do.
I've never seen. But I know that's not me. I don't want no praises for nothing that I'm supposed to do anyway.
Right. And that's why I guess they say that's the negative traits of an alpha woman. And
Right.
that's why I said maybe I don't fit in when it comes to that.
Okay.
It's like
And
different things when you look at the negatives, the positives, you know what
mm,
I mean? And it's like other things that they said, of course. But I think that was the main thing for me. And it
right.
was like I seen it repeatedly.
Right.
So I
You
was
see.
just like,
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say when we do our research and you see we do stuff. Now I don't unless it's something I just printed off. I've never seen that, and I'm just remembering the questions that was in that test, and it was never the only thing I think it was do I see myself always wanting to take control of situations? I think that was something that I I saw repeatedly. Or do I rather let everybody else? Do I want to hide in the back? Am I more of an invert? And am I? Are
Hmm.
you more of an invert, or
See,
you
and
like
that's
taking
I think
control of the
that's the
situation?
I think that's the sigma.
But I know
N-
I'm not an
n- eh,
invert, but I can become
I think
invert.
that's sigma and delta.
Okay,
That's part of the delta and the sigma personality.
okay,
They more like introverted,
yeah,
and I guess we're gonna get more on that soon with
yeah.
with the different personalities. But
Mm-hmm. But I think basically after somebody's just confident, intelligent, ambitious, um, a successful woman, and
yeah,
you don't got to be a millionaire to be successful.
right,
You could be successful at being a good mom
right.
and taking care of your family.
Hmm.
That's success. That's success for me. And then and who is able to set her own boundaries and doesn't let anyone walk over her.
Now, when it comes to those,
Now, see, that's where when I say I have boundaries, but I always allow people to cross those lines, and that's in every relationship that I've become in. But I notice a lot of people have their boundaries, but they don't let me cross those boundaries. But I
mm,
allow you to cross certain boundaries, and when I start setting my boundaries and standing on my boundaries, I notice people get angry with me. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? When I'm like, no, 2023, it's not gonna happen like that.
I know that's right.
I'm done with it. I don't play this game too long. And people really, when I be like, no, when I say no, this is what it's gonna be. And see, I have a mental time clock in my head for every situation in my life, and that's it's deep. And a lot of people might not understand that about me, but I can I can deal with situations for so long, and but when I'm done, I'm like done.
Mm,
Been one, So that's a thing too. When I see a pattern too long, and I say this is not going to change, this is not going to make me better, this is not making me happy, or this is not helping me grow, or it ain't going to make me keep reaching my financial goals. When I get to that point, okay, I'm gonna get this to September the 3rd. If this ain't changed by September the 3rd, September the 4th, I'm cutting that off.
mhm,
And that's what I've done several times in relationships and everything. You know, I I was married, and in the relationship, it was a lot of stuff going bad in that relationship. Not to a point where didn't nobody know outside of it, unless you kind of was living around or with us. You didn't know it wasn't a bunch of fighting, wasn't a bunch of none of that. It was just he developed habits that I couldn't handle,
mhm,
and I tried to help straighten that situation out, and I tried to help, and I gave myself after it kept repeating, after
mhm,
it didn't it seemed like it was going to get better, or the help that I'm giving and I'm providing was not helping. I set a mental time clock. I set a mental time clock. I said I'm giving him to this point. After this, I'm done. What I will do is I'm going to help you one more time, but that one more time is just to get you out my space,
mhm,
because I had to get you out my space. So, you know, I tried to help him, tried to help him, tried to help him, and he just kept reverting back to the same stuff. It'd be good for a minute. I'm thinking everything okay. And next thing you know, let my guards down a little bit, and it's going on again. So it got to the point where I was like, hey, this is the last rope. I'm putting all my resources into this, help you this one last time, but you have to pack all your stuff with you and take it with you. Because at the end of this journey, you're gonna have to find your own way. So I had to do that, and then it shocked everybody. And when I shut the door on it, I slammed it hard,
mm,
and it was like it was ugly for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But it got better because once that person really got that in their head that hey, I messed up. It got better. We was cool for a while after that. But a while after that, he got it in his head that it was done, one and
mhm,
done, and you still we still interacted with each other as friends. Okay, he got it in his head. It was over. Bam, boom. So in that in that instance, it's like okay, I had to let it go. And nobody knew it was that deep. They was like, y'all broke up for real? You what? what? It tripped them out because I was done with that. You know what I'm saying? But I held a lot in because I tried to make that situation work. And sometimes I feel like when you're trying to make situations work and stuff, do like you're supposed to, you have to keep people out of it until you make the final decision what you want to do with that situation. So yeah, that's one of the things. But yeah, I just printed this up. It just says 9 ways to you can tell if you're an alpha woman. And
Maybe that's what I need to hear.
okay.
Maybe I need to hear because I did my research on just the 6 personalities period,
Hmm.
and I never did like the test or anything, but I feel like maybe in certain aspects of my life, yes, alpha woman, but then like I said, it's other personality traits that's similar to the alpha woman or alpha female, and I've learned that. Um, like you got like I was saying earlier, you got the like gamma woman. The
Right.
gamma woman was supposed to be similar to alpha woman.
Okay.
Um, the gamma woman, she basically is organized, independent, but she is mistaken as alpha woman
Okay.
because of her confidence and her self confidence.
Hmm.
But she is driven by like internal beliefs and passion,
Okay.
and she is in her priorities. And basically, an alpha woman is more is driven by like social status,
Okay.
and the gamma woman, like I said, is more like internal beliefs
Okay.
and passions and like what she believe in. So I think that's the difference with when it comes to like the gamma woman and
Okay.
the alpha woman.
Okay.
And then that's why I say it's hard because I feel like that one is like me.
Okay. Okay.
And
And
then you got the another one was the Delta woman, auntie.
okay.
The Delta woman, they say she was no, that ain't me.
But
They
tell me
said the
about
Delta woman.
you started. I want to know
I
what the
know.
Delta woman
Okay,
about.
they said the Delta woman is like an alpha woman,
Okay.
but she also got personality traits of a beta woman. The beta woman is submissive. They consider her to be weak. They
Oh.
consider her to be like less self confident,
But see, that's
too
that's. I don't
friendly.
like your study. I'm gonna tell you right now because I don't feel like being submissive is a weak trait.
But no, no, I guess they saying that too submissive. Like she don't stand up for herself.
Okay. Okay.
That's how they say some of them are.
Right. But I'm saying,
Some beta
but
women
see,
supposed to be like less confident, less.
okay.
You get what I mean? And so I guess the Delta woman is supposed to be smack dab in the middle.
Okay.
She was
So.
once an alpha woman, but they said she got knocked down to be a beta woman. And I said, nah, that ain't me.
But see, I don't think that. I think that the way they put that was wrong. But that's their study. That's that person's opinion, and I gotta respect that person's opinion. But to say submissive and weak, being being weak and being submissive, I think are two different things.
Mhm.
I think they're two different things. You know, because submissive, because you have men that are submissive to their women too. When, every man, and every woman that's in a real structured, real relationship. I think that man has submissive traits to a woman, and the woman has submissive traits to the man.
You supposed, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You feel
that's
that you're submissive to
natural.
one another, but at the same token, at the
Maybe
same time, I
maybe
don't
I worded it wrong,
know. No, I
but
mean, if you word it wrong, but it just it
maybe
could.
they was just saying that's one of the personality traits of a beta woman
Okay,
is being like overly submissive
okay,
to just not probably just a man,
okay.
maybe just the friends or people period because they want to be accepted,
Hmm.
approval. They want approval from others.
That's scary because I hear myself in that too because I'm always and I'm gonna take that back. I think I try to be the caretaker. I try to take care.
That's not
And
wanting approval.
right, no,
Until you is definitely not a beta woman.
I I just try to,
You ain't no.
I try to be the caregiver for everybody, and I'm being honest with you. That's a trait that I'm trying to get rid of. I want to help people that want to be helped, and I want to be there for people that really need me to be there for them, to help them get to that certain position that they need to be, and that extra push and things like that. But I just don't want to take care of other people no more because, for one, I have my own health and different issues of my own that I need to focus on versus focus on people that don't really need or want my help. Just want to find a way to misuse me.
Mhm.
I'll say it just like that. That's where I see it at. They want to find a way to misuse me or feel like I owe them something when I don't. I mean, nobody really owes anybody anything unless you are a parent. And I think when you have minor children, you do owe them enough to make sure that they understand and get life. And if you got to teach them over and over again until they're 18, 19, 20 years old, that's what you're supposed to do as a parent. After they're an adult and they really step out on their own and everything, you you have to sometimes let it go because you can't help them once they develop a personality that they want to do stuff the way they want to do it, and what you say don't matter. You gotta love them, but you gotta let them be. Let them bump their heads a couple times, and then when they come back with the right personality, a submissive personality for you as a parent to help them get through something, then you can help them. But after a certain age, you have to let them. You have to keep reiterating to a certain age and to a certain degree. But after they're a certain age, when they're on their own and they're in their own homes and they're doing their own thing, you got to kind of let it go. Or when it's time to say, bird, go fly, release. I'm releasing you, pigeon. You know, until you do that release on them, you have to keep reiterating them because it's your job as the parent. Because you don't want to send the bird flying into the wall a couple times, too many times, because sometimes that can break them too.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I think that's
I just feel like when you put your, I'm gonna say it in a nice manner. Sometimes I'm saying you gotta let God be God, and I know it hurt, but I know a lot of people that take care of people. I'm not saying that they are wrong for taking care of anyone. I just think that y'all sometimes it's hard for y'all to let God do His job because I know that y'all want to help them and want them to look, to do. But it's like after you did so much for them, sometimes you just gotta.
that's my biggest issue is letting it go. Say hey, and then it's hard because I have this black and white thing sometimes when I'm dealing with people. It's like either I'm with you or and I'm trying to work that out within me, to a degree.
Mhm.
Either I'm with you or I'm not. And I'd be like, gone.
I don't want. It's hard to teeter. Like for you, it's hard to teeter the
Yeah,
line.
it's hard. I need to be on one side of it, and that's it. And that makes that's bad for me in relationships too because it's like I don't know how to go through too much. When I feel I'm not good with rejection. I'm not good with I'm not good with making something dwell longer than what it needs to be dwelt. If we had this discussion, or if you feel like I can't get to this standard that you want me at, then it's time to have a good conversation and shake it loose.
Mhm.
Because at some point, something attracted you to me.
Mhm.
And this is what drives me crazy in relationships. How can the same thing that attracted you to me get on your nerves so bad?
That's because they want it. I just
I'm
I'm be honest.
serious.
I be feeling like sometimes they
Help
want it in the
me,
streets, but they
men.
don't want it at home. It's weird.
Tell me something that help me understand something that attracted you to the woman, and that same thing get on your nerves so bad, or make you unattracted to the woman. So how do that
They
happen?
don't make them
Give
unattractive because
me,
then they get
give.
online and like the same things that they say that
Then
they
they
don't
start
like.
over with the new one because I don't know if it's a game of trying to break her or what. I don't know.
Mm.
So
But
any man, I'm listening. I'll bring you on live. If you do, I'll send you the link. You can come in and talk to us, and I'll let you talk to everybody else too. Or just if you don't, if you're too shy to come online, just send me a message. Let me know. I'm trying to understand. If you're attracted to a strong, independent woman, what about that strong, independent woman you start to dislike about her being a strong, independent woman? So help me understand that. I want to understand that. If any man out there can answer that for me, I'd appreciate it. You know, I see somebody say we forgot about love. We want to lead. It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with a man leading. I don't have a problem with a man leading. I don't have a problem with a man leading. I don't have a problem with being submissive to a man.
Hmm.
But at the same token, we have our roles too. If you're going to be a leader, lead. But what you have to understand, if you meet me, I'm a businesswoman. I'm running my own business. And you're a businessman. You're running your own business. In my business aspect, you got to respect my business aspect of who I am because that me being in this business aspect was how you met me, and you respected that when you first met me. So,
These dudes also be wanting a traditional submissive woman, but don't want to pay them traditional submissive bills.
girl, listen, I seen it. Listen to what I seen on Facebook last night, and I copied that post. It said, "These men always talking about women can't cook like grandma, don't cook like grandma, but they ain't talking about how they ain't paying bills like granddad used to do."
Talk about it.
Mm-mm. But
Granddaddy used to. We ain't gonna go there.
okay.
We go.
I mean, I don't know what full control you want over a woman. I'm just, okay. That was Dana said that we want to lead. Okay, nothing wrong with leading, Davy. They want full control. Okay, but what full control do you want over a woman? Do you want her not to be the woman that you met no more? You want her to change it to something different? So now you want her to evolve into something different. Then, since when women are that strong, we feel
You shouldn't
inferior.
feel inferior.
They shouldn't feel inferior. If you're the alpha male that you feel that you are, or that you are as an alpha male, or
Come on, baby.
as an alpha male, you should feel that okay, because I can switch like this. When I'm in here, when I'm in here, when I'm in here, when I'm doing this is my element.
That's where you. Yeah.
This is my business, my element. This is how I do this. This is how I do this, and this is what I do. When I'm here, I'm Pam, the boss. But when I'm at home, I'm the mother, the wife, and whatever I need to be. I can switch my role. I just got to have it. I just can't have when the lines blur and cross. I gotta have somebody that's gonna have my back still too. I can't have nobody get mad because I'm working, and that's how you met me. If you know I was an overworker, you know I overwork. Come help me make a couple t-shirts. Come make sure I get the order out.
Hmm.
Let's do this together. But don't beat me up because I had to stay here a couple hours later, or I got a customer that you may not like. As long as they're paying their money and getting the service that I provide for them, and that's it.
I don't
So
think that they want. Oh, maybe she talking about men.
they want to tell you what to do with the things you've earned, and they want credit for your personal success and accomplishments. So that right there, that's an insecure. I think that's an insecure man. So that's a whole. So he not a. That's not an alpha
That's
male.
what I was gonna say too.
That's not an
That's an
alpha male.
insecure person. Period. That's an insecure person.
You
Period.
know that.
Anybody that want credit for something that they didn't do,
Or some,
or want to take the success from you, then they is insecure.
it's totally insecure. Yeah, insecure. And it's
That's
funny.
deep. And
It
that, like I
is.
said, that's why I said that I feel like that should be our next topic.
It can be
It kind of be like alpha women versus alpha men
exactly. But my thing is not as I would love to have a couple alpha males to come on this show,
and
or
women as well.
or the pipe in. so we can have a conversation because I don't want to argue. I want to understand.
Yeah.
Help me, help me to help me, because that's what I be want. I be wanting help. I want to understand because the one thing I do know is no matter what, I come in here and get my job done to the best of my ability every day. I don't miss a beat, even if I don't want to be here.
Hmm.
I don't miss a beat. Can't nobody tell you that I don't be here. I be here through the worst of times, the best of times,
I
the
was gonna
crazier
say
times, the worst of weather. Don't no
the
snow
days
stop me.
that the days that I'm not even here, and I'm young, auntie here,
I don't spend the night in this joint trying to get it done.
but so yeah, then they got it's two more women. So you got the Omega woman.
Okay.
They said that's an introverted woman. She's shy. She is reserved, sensitive, and quiet. That's Omega woman. But then this is the one that I was like, maybe that's me, a Sigma woman. And the reason why I'm gonna tell you, it says that a woman, the Sigma woman is also similar to Alpha woman, but she handled issues differently. She seems mysterious, intriguing, and she's loyal, helpful, and they are introverted and keeps to themselves. Now, the introverted and keeps to myself part, that's not probably true. But I do handle a lot of my situations internally. And if I do
You
speak
almost
with
done.
someone, it's normally with
You
my
almost done.
mentors or my
Finish it
or
off.
my
Almost done.
my mom and my like aunties or something like that. But a lot of my situations, I feel like I handle internally,
Hmm.
and I keep them to myself. So that part may be true. But as far as like everything else, I do see myself as being more like a Sigma woman, not Alpha woman necessarily.
Okay.
Um,
That's
and
deep.
that's maybe just from the research I did.
Right. And but from what I'm hearing and I'm listening to you, I would say I just I may not be quote unquote
A full
a full
just
blooded alpha
yeah,
woman. I might not be, but I know I possess a lot of her qualities.
right.
And
And that's why I said I feel like the Sigma woman relate to me because they
uh-huh.
say she's similar to Alpha woman.
Hmm.
She just got a couple things that's different. It's a
Right.
tweak.
And that's deep. That's deep. Like from one of the studies I had found, and it said 9 ways to you can tell if you're an alpha woman. But the different 9 ways is they said they offer fearless leadership.
I,
Yeah, and I
I
think
can
that's
see
deep.
that.
That's deep.
Yeah,
And is that they possess high emotional intelligence.
yeah, I can see that as well. I think that when it comes to the fearless leadership, yes, for me. What was that second one?
The second one is they possess high emotional intelligence. And when I think of that, when I think of something like that, what happened? When I think of something like that, I think of
I don't. I ain't
um
gonna lie to you,
I'm gonna say this. I think
cause I be getting mad.
and that's okay. That's not saying that you don't have high emotional intelligence just because you get mad.
No, but when I
But
be getting mad, I can't think sometimes. So that's
right.
not intelligent.
I think
When you get what I'm saying?
when you get I
When I
think that's
start getting certain emotions and things, my brain be like,
I think I think when a lot of women I think when a lot of women or men, even men, I think the smartest people in the world sometimes dumb down on themselves when they get emotional and upset. You still can possess you still can possess an emotional intelligence, a high emotional intelligence. When you're mad, you're mad. I mean, anybody, anybody, if you did, I mean, they didn't say you was slow to anger. That's not saying you slow to anger because you carry a high emotional intelligence. It ain't saying it's hard for you to get angry. Okay, go up and push this one right here. You go down, go back down.
hey,
You
how
got
you
it.
doing?
Yeah. So I think I think nobody can when you're angry enough or something angry hurts you or throw you off. I don't think you can. Nobody can at that moment can have any kind of intelligence, you know. And then he said it says she possesses a high emotional intelligence. Then it says she has high emotional intelligence at all times. Da 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 da. Never gets angry. Never to be angry. It's not saying that. So I can't say. I'm not saying any of these is even me. I think I do offer fearless leadership if I find people that want to follow.
Yeah.
If I find the people that want to follow, I think I do that. I think at times I am, you know, I do carry a high emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying if I'm mad, I'm tripping, I'm talking crazy, or somebody don't piss me off and I'm, you know, venting. No, I'm not. But my venting brings me down to the level where I can think right. Just to throw that out there. It says they are obsessive leaders. Okay. I think I like to lead. I like to tell people learners. Oh, learners. Okay. You know I'm blind too.
No, you good too.
I don't know who that is calling me. See, y'all want to call me in the middle of my podcast. What's their name on there? Nope. They don't have to wait then. No, sit down. Thank you.
Now that I will say, with me, um, I love learning. I love learning new stuff. Mm. As you seen when I moved back home, I had hurried up and went and got into classes and learned nails and got licensed. You know, I'm one of those people. I don't care if you 50. If you want to learn something new, go do it and learn it. Go back to school. You know, it ain't nothing to learn something new.
It ain't. It ain't. You just gotta apply yourself.
And want it.
Exactly. Hey, that makes sense.
And want it.
And want it. She what she said. This lady just said that. And want it. Okay, so also, okay, now you gonna say they are strong. That don't mean I can carry 100 pounds of weight strong. That means I think I I think I am a strong person. I think I can get to my point where I can have a meltdown, and I think anybody can. They don't say they strong all the damn time. It says they are strong. I think I'm a strong woman. I think I've done stuff that other people couldn't do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I've done stuff other people couldn't do. You know, even just here in the recent months, I did my own mother's obituary. I did one of my nephew's obituaries. I worked through the death of both of them. You know, my nephew was murdered. I worked through that, and then my mother died. I feel like my mother was taken from me because of my nephew, because of her heartbreak. So I lost both of them back to back, and I worked every day till both of their funerals. You know what I'm saying? So some people don't understand when you're gonna get cancer, they want to keep calling you. Stop talking. You see them on live, but so that's something there. Um, and they say they're highly ambitious. I think I'm kind of ambitious. I think you're ambitious. That's good quality. They love their mamas and daddies.
That's what they said for real.
They love their mamas and daddies.
Okay. I do, and I love all my parents.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. And I say they are they cultivate harmony. Okay. Now that one right there, I'm gonna have to look into that one. I like a little harmony,
I will
but
say I do.
Not
that I will say
cultivate a little hell too, but you know, when I'm in that mode. But
I definitely feel like with me, that's something that I really do pride myself on and work on every day. I try to bring harmony in all aspects of my life with my children, with other relationships I have when I go to work, when I'm here at the salon and the shop. You know, I try to bring harmony, and I actually feel like I do. I feel like when I walk in the room, most times I can bring harmony just because of my presence.
Okay. So, Miss Lady,
maybe you know I got a little bit of more alpha in me than I be thinking.
Right. 1 second, man. I'm gonna have to look at that. Mm-mm. I'm just looking at how she cultivates harmony. Okay. Mm. Look, we might have to hit this topic again because it's
Yeah,
deep.
because
It's deep and it's got a lot to
and I
it.
just read one sentence, and I
You-
will say that's me. Like that, I can really say that that's me. It says this leader sets the tone for the group and allows girls to get along without having a power struggle, and that's something that I feel like I try to do seriously. So
Okay.
that I will say that that trait right there, that's me for sure.
Amen. And they have exceptional confidence.
Now
Now,
I ain't gonna lie, baby. If we talking about the confidence, I'm talking about. Listen, I can walk in any room, baby, with Beyonce, Eva, whoever, and I feel like I look great. Miss Lady, baby, Miss Lady. My confidence is probably too high. I can look like this and go in the mall and be thinking, or go to a ball. Oh, what, auntie?
I don't
I
know.
be walking through like I be walking through like I'm the woman, like,
I walk through.
and I be
When
looking
I
like
walk
a
through.
whole trash bag. But you can't tell me that I look like a trash bag.
Right, exactly. So
Guess what? I'm the best trash bag you ever seen.
exactly. So
So my
I
confidence is
understand.
probably too high.
No, never. I don't think confidence ever can be too high. I just think people have to people just have to. My baby. Hey, yeah. Still being a parent, doing homework with my child, and running a podcast. And she don't get it. I'm looking for a part time teacher. So inbox me anybody that might be available. We'll talk about hours and stuff then. Okay. But let's see. What is Davy saying here? Okay, you are. I couldn't do it. I definitely do. Of course. Keep up the good work. Hey, Christian. How you doing? So yeah, those were the um those were the nine. Just to go over the nine because I know we don't have time to get into them too deep because if we do, we'll be here all night. Because I know I would have a lot to say about each and every one of them. But my thing is,
Wait. Before you go too far,
mhm.
what they say on your test?
Oh, okay. Go back to
What was
my
your
test.
test?
My
Yeah.
test it says your score reflects that you are an alpha female.
Okay.
While being an alpha female is incredibly powerful, alpha females are also experience some negative side effects. And that's basically what it said. Then it goes into the research and it says they also reported a feeling forced to live up to high expectations. What does that mean? It means the alpha female needs to come up with creative ways to manage the negative effects of their power while reaping the benefits. Learn more in our complete article. So they were trying to get me to buy something, so they gave me to, enough to just kind of put out there, okay, you is the alpha female and blah blah blah. And I honestly, the questions I don't remember all of the questions, but I know a lot of them was asking about how you how I feel in certain settings and how I act in certain settings, how do I feel overall and things like that. And I answered each question accurately as I could for myself because I wanted to understand it. If I was considered just because of this quiz, what they call an alpha female,
Mhm.
you know. And I didn't have time, but if I would have had a little bit more time, I probably would went back and answered the questions differently to see what the results were, just to see if it's just a test to kind of pump you up to make you want to buy this book.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And everything. But I really feel like I answered the questions accurate enough to get an accurate description of what I thought a female was and if I fell in that category. But yeah. So
So hearing the six personalities.
those personalities, now those different personalities is something different. I'm not sure how
Wait,
you did your research or what you Googled when you did it.
I just looked up like six. I looked up female personalities or
Oh,
different female personalities.
okay, okay, okay. So yeah, so you when you did your research, you did a general thing on female personalities, which gave you intuitions and different little tips and tabs and parts of alpha female and different other types of women. Um, so it's deep.
Yeah,
I think that's deep. That's
I think
deep.
that's another one that we should do. Maybe
Okay.
we should see where other women fall and where they feel like they fall
So
and why.
let's try maybe getting okay, get all the 6 personalities and maybe see if we can find us a quiz for all 6 personalities and get us 6 different women and
Like
get a, or give a, I'll
we
give
test 12 women.
yeah, and then see where they fall, where they fall.
I like
And
that.
then we don't have unless the women want to reveal who they are or whatever, we don't have to really reveal who they are because I just be wanting to understand and get and and um and understand so that I can understand for myself.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
yeah,
you feel like you more of an alpha female.
I feel that I feel that I am an alpha female, but I feel like I yes I feel like I'm an alpha female. I do. You know, I don't think no person I can only be a woman 100% of the time all the time
Amen.
because I'm a female.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying of the female species.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I can be 100% at all times because I think because of emotions and human behavior, things change that can make me a little off kilter. And that don't mean they're not saying alpha female is never in a bad mood.
Hmm.
Alpha female, they never had her feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Alpha female, they never been sad. They're not saying things like that or been through some things because we all have, in order to get where we are, we have to go through some things.
Right.
And I think, honestly, I could be an alpha female today and all week, and next week, I could be a different type of a female.
Hmm.
Something could strike me or hit me or hurt me or put me in a position where I'm something different for a bit until I get through that hump or get through that situation and take on back my status back. Because I think as a woman, sometimes we are like chameleons. We dumb down to situations to in order to evolve into something just to see if this is where we need to be at or what we need to be doing because that's been that's it right there, Destiny. This is this. Check this out. I think that sometimes we as women, because when I like I said, when I look at myself, I'm the common denominator in anything that I failed in or I succeeded in or I've accomplished. I'm the common denominator. So if it's something that I'm failing at, it's something that I'm failing at,
Hmm.
and I feel like you're succeeding in it, and I feel like, and not even to ask you, this is just me, period. I don't know if other women like this. Not even ask you, well, how did you make it through that, Destiny? Instead of asking you how you made it through that, I'm assuming Destiny is this type of a woman. Or I'm assuming because from being around you that this is the type of woman Destiny is. She do this in relationships. She do that in relationships. She do that in friendship. She do that in friendship. She do this at work. That's how she get promotions or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Did she do this with a customer? She do that with a customer. That's why she get good rapport with customers. So now, instead of me as me coming to you and say, "Hey, Destiny, I'm struggling in doing my ABCs in this harmonious way. So, Destiny, can you teach me how you do it? Because it seems like you got a handle on it."
Hmm.
That come from sisterhood. You got to get the sisterhood thing
Yep.
going.
Hmm.
And I don't know how to come to you and tell you this. You need to stop. And wait a second, Bailey. But I need to I need to come to Destiny or somebody I know that's been through this and got through this situation and ask them, tell me. I might not be able to do exactly what you did, but help me get through that situation. How do I get myself through this situation? Pull my bootstraps up and work my way through this situation. Instead, I'm trying to act like you act and do like you did and not really even know the formula you use to get through that situation so that I can be where I need to be for my situation.
Mhm.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And I said so. So therefore, so therefore, I have to learn to get through the situation and get where I need to be in order to be. And then once I get through that situation, once I learn it, even if I don't go to Destiny and get the information, I'll try to work my way through it. Once I get back to my status of where I'm at and understand, be confident in what I'm doing, and I made a successful run at what I was having that struggle with. Once I made my successful run through that, I can take back my alpha-ness. Do that make sense?
But again, what did it say? That's not a personality trait, a learning.
Right.
So that's not you putting it down.
Okay.
That's just you learning. So
Learning something different to get to keep to maybe keep my step or make me feel because sometimes I might not feel. Oh man, sometimes I'm and just give you a good example. I can walk in here sometimes and look around and be like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this today. I don't know how I'm gonna do this today. I don't know how I'm gonna and then some days I walk in here be like, when I walk in,
mhm.
hey, bop, 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 and I'm gonna have this done and have this done, did this done, and it's but some days here just lately, like I said, I don't know exactly what it is, but I try to. I think I know exactly what it is, but it's hard for me to put into words. I think in general, as a woman, like I said, we're chameleonaires. We switch, we go back and forth
Mhm.
because we're dealing with a lot. We're trying to carry a lot of roles. We're trying to carry a lot of us is trying to carry the mother role, the businesswoman role, the even if you just work for somebody role. If that's a businesswoman, you work in a business, you're trying to be a mother, the businesswoman, you're trying to be the lover, the friend. Them five roles right there, just off the top of my head. Mother, businesswoman, the friend, the lover. You know what I'm saying? You carrying all these roles. That was four, but I missed one when I went back to it. But y'all get what I'm saying. I ain't trying to. I ain't got this wrote down, and I ain't got no boards behind us to figure it out or nothing like that. I don't have an engineer to say, "Oh, you said that," to help me out. But being a mother, trying to be a businesswoman,
Mhm.
it was like right now, I'm mother and teacher right now, and businesswoman. So I got three roles I'm carrying, holding right now. Trying to be a lover, a friend,
Sister.
and a sister. So that's six roles right there. So when I'm dipping through these different roles, it's not always as easy.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't understand that. They don't understand that. They don't get that. They don't understand all the stuff I'm going through because, and I'm just not to talk about nobody or to even just how to say
But
I
that's where I say that's the high the what they say the high intelligence emotional.
intelligence part.
Auntie, I ain't gonna lie. I
Say it,
that's the
girl.
only one that I be struggling with. Is sometimes my emotions because I feel like sometimes I be feeling like I wear them on my sleeve. Some people just yesterday somebody told me I don't. They
Hmm.
told me sometimes I can look at you and I don't know what's going on with you. And that's why I said sometimes I identify to me more with the Sigma woman because I'm mysterious, intriguing. And that wasn't just from one dude. That was two dudes. One I feel like is an alpha man. I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't gonna say what the other one is, but I'm gonna just say one of them I feel is an alpha man, and he told me he was just like you mysterious and you like intriguing, and I'll be trying to figure you out, and that's why I said I feel like that's some of why I said I was more
What zodiac sign do you identify with?
me
Hmm.
personally.
Uh-huh.
I'm a Leo.
Okay.
But I got from I guess doing research, I got like a Leo rising and um no, yeah, Leo no Gemini rising and a Leo something.
Okay.
So I'm like Leo twice, Gemini once, something like that.
Okay. Because me myself, I think that I don't know. I think that us. I think we try to. what we how we identify ourselves and how the stigma of it. I think that's where a lot of it come in. At I think you I don't think you're mysterious. I guess because my our relationship is different, but
Yeah, because
I
I
think
talk to you a lot.
and I think that I think I'm straightforward. I think everybody, like say you meet me as a gentleman meet me, a guy meet me. You like how you keep it real. I like this about you. Blah 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 blah. You know, you see me interacting how I'm interacting with maybe in this relationship or this situation, whatever. You like that, but once if we get together now,
Oh,
that same qualities,
hmm.
that same qualities that you liked about me keeping it real, you don't. I can't. You don't want me to keep it real with you. But if I tell you I want a blue popsicle, I don't want a green one.
And
If they
don't bring me.
and if they didn't have the blue popsicle, I'd rather you call me and say, "Hey, babe, they don't got a blue popsicle. Is there any other one you want?" Don't just bring me a green popsicle because you think I want it. And that's something minor and minute. Don't get me wrong.
I know what you're
It
trying
ain't
to
as
say
petty
though.
as a popsicle. But if I tell you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that's how I am. Don't make your own damn assumption about me.
Hmm.
Don't make your own damn assumption about me. Know that that's what it is about me. Because I'm simple and try to be straightforward. You know what I'm saying? It's some things if I'm trying to figure something out about you, I might not be as forthcoming with the information as I want to be about certain things. But I'm gonna tell you what makes me happy and what don't make me happy.
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you what makes me feel a certain way and what don't make me feel a certain way. I'm gonna tell you that up front so that you know whether you take heed to it or not. That's on you. But it's for you to take heed to it if you're trying to have a continued relationship with me that's gonna be in harmony.
Now, what I will do is tell you, but I just feel like sometimes I feel like I get too angry. So sometimes I'll be holding it back
Hmm.
until like I get to the point where I can tell you if that
Hmm.
makes sense.
It makes sense, but what that is, I'm going to tell you what that is. Because I have that problem myself. I let shit build up. I sit back and I let shit build up. I'll swallow some shit that I shouldn't swallow. And instead of, because I try to choose my battles. But when I see you throwing the minorest, minute things in my face that I'm doing, or the mistakes that I made
Hmm.
in my face, that's where I think a lot of that stuff boil back over. And I don't want it to boil back over because if I let it slide, okay, fam, you let it slide. But now I see you're not gonna let me dropping an ink pen
Mm.
in the paint and not getting it out right away, an issue. You everything that I do is an issue for you.
Hmm.
When I see that, then now I'm gonna start throwing the shit you do in my face, your face too.
Right.
The shit that I can say, okay, he human or she human, they human. I'm gonna start. If you got a problem with me farting in the bed, but you go in the bathroom and take a dump and leave the door wide open, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now let's keep it real. If you got a problem, I, I'm not saying this is stuff that happened, but that's how I be feeling about some of this shit. You got a problem with me, or you got a problem with me farting in the bed, but you go to the bathroom and you take a dump that smell like Hurry Glory Lucy, and you leave the bathroom door wide open while you in there doing it. You got enough nerve to say something to me.
Hmm.
Why would you even say something to me about it? I'm gonna be more embarrassed about it than anything. I'm like, oh, I farted. I'm so sorry. Don't touch the covers. But I'm serious. I'm keeping it real with myself. I'm keeping it real with myself. But I don't like that. I don't like that. And I don't like to see somebody magnify something to a point where it didn't have to get to that point where you got two angry ass people for nothing
Hmm.
because I didn't put butter on the other side of the bread. I don't like that. That irritates me so bad. Or after, I'm gonna be honest with you, if you just spend one whole good busy day with me, if you see, even if it ain't a business call, if you see the amount of the times my phone ring versus and all the stuff that I get when I'm doing business stuff, you deal with all of that. If you could deal with it and then still be sane at the end of the day without having an attitude problem, then me and you, you better than me if you can deal with it and be okay with it at the end of the day, because I deal with so much stuff in a day's time. I might forget my. It only happened one time to go pick my daughter up from daycare. Do you understand what I'm saying? It only happened one time, but my point is because I thought somebody else was picking her up for me. But at the same token, I don't. You can call me and say, "Hey Pam, can you do this?" That's why I tell people don't call and make an order. If you in Milwaukee, don't call me over the phone and order something for me because you're going to be very disappointed about that. Because when I hang up that phone, or before I hang up the phone from you, somebody else is already calling, and I forgot all about you. I forgot all about you. That's why I ask people that live in Milwaukee, hey Bailey, everybody that live in Milwaukee, if you live in Milwaukee, come and make an order. Do not call me on the phone for an order. Bailey, get up. Okay. But at the same token, you know, I do a lot all day. So if you upset because I forgot something or I didn't do something, I didn't something else happened, and if your thoughts is I was distracted all day, and 90% of the time you were distracted all day, don't throw in my face my distraction. Come over here and help me. Let's help each other. Let's build it up. Let's get it right because it can be done. Because I'm not gonna keep allowing people to criticize me for how I do stuff, and their choice is not to help me get it together. You can't yell at me today and think that I can get it together tomorrow because it's not gonna happen. Bella said, "Get your butt up off of me, girl."
I'm so sorry.
You got your phone on that.
She was asleep, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have she jump up and get your ass.
I know she almost did.
Baby, finish your work. You're almost done. Did you hear me? You're almost done. But yeah, no, go in there and finish your work, buddy. Thank you. Listen and do your work. Okay, well, just mark anything, and get it wrong then. There you go. That's right. But yeah, so just to say, I mean, let's see here. It says I never did. Destiny try communicating through music.
I
ah,
love music.
I
That's
know,
crazy.
and that's Davy. That's Davy Chambers. Davy Chambers is my ex husband, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. That's my ex husband. But you know me. When I used to get mad at him before I divorced his ass.
Look, I'm
Let's
sorry.
keep it real.
Look at you. That's
Hey, before I divorced his ass, uh, he used to he knew what mood I was in when he walked in that door by what I was listening to. He knew if what was gonna happen to him by the time I he walked through that door and heard who was on that man on the mic. Tell him, Davey. um, but he said you didn't have to say that.
see, I'm scratching my head over here.
don't no, don't do that because we talk we keep it real. So,
Really tight
keep
beat.
it real. But yeah, because I always communicated through music. That's something like sometimes you see me. I'm like, let me put on my church music because I be trying to get my mood back right. Got to listen to me some worship. I'm working today. Listen to some worship music because I'm gotta get my spirits back right. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm in the mood, I know I'm gonna grind all day. I can listen to me some old school hardcore rap so I can get them shirts done or get them designs done. Whatever it is I'm doing that day that's gonna monopolize my day, I try to I get my music mode in. The last couple of days, I'm not gonna tell you no story. I ain't even been in a music mode. I don't know what mood I've been in. To be honest, I came in here all day and listen to a beep of music.
Oh, now that you realize, now that I realize it's me or you both.
You know, I not a beep of music today, and yesterday either. You know, but I know
But
yesterday.
we was on time today.
Oh
Actually, we
yeah,
was 2 minutes early.
exactly. Because I hit live a little like about a couple minutes early. That's only because I wanted it to be in and start people start chiming in as we getting our sound check done because we didn't do a sound check like we normally try to do. I think we got it right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna look at this board and try to keep everything like it is because it makes sense. Um, to keep it like it is.
It don't sound like it's echoing.
No, it not at all. Anybody hear echo out there? Let me know if y'all hear echo. How's our sound? He said I'm too real. Okay, Davey, I'm being nice to you. I try to you know you keep communicating with me, so I gotta which ones you picking? Look, what it say? What it saying? There you go. Okay. So I
I
just
was over here trying to find us some questions.
no echoes. Davey said it's good. Okay, Anthony said our sound was good. It ain't. And it is our Anthony. Anthony, we need some good questions. I think you are alpha male here. Tell me what you think about what do you think are qualities
No,
of
because
an alpha female?
we don't got our thing yet.
What? Oh yeah, I think to put cover our faces. Okay, so he can't see. Okay, we gotta make flags for our face, Anthony. So when you talking, when you get us, we gotta put a flag in so we can look like a normal face. Some potential scammer keep calling me, but you ain't getting through today. We on podcast. Um, hey Sapphire, audio is just a few seconds off. I can hear just a fine and see. Okay, all right. Hey Corey, how you doing? He said there's such a thing as an alpha female. Are you asking me a question, Corey, or are you making a statement?
He said there's no such thing
There's
as
no
a.
there's no such thing as an alpha female. Oh,
There's
okay,
such
so that's your
thing,
opinion, Corey. I respect your opinion. Why do you say that?
but
What's you can't just say that. So give
it's
me the reason
definitely
why you
such
say there's no
thing.
such thing as an alpha female.
I just feel like that's what I was talking about when I said they got the negativity parts of it.
Exactly.
They I mean, of course,
Exactly.
every personality have negative traits.
Exactly.
It's all about just accepting, a person for who they is
There's
too.
no such thing as an alpha female. And just a film. What it do? How you doing? No alpha females, no such thing. Okay, if y'all feel like that, y'all can't just say it's no such thing as an alpha female. And
And I have a
I'm on my
reason as to
podcast.
why.
Goodbye. No, bye. Don't answer my phone anymore. Thank you. You say there's no such thing as an alpha female, but you can't if you can't give me no reason why. What you're saying is invalid. Because I can say there's no such thing as an
Alpha
alpha
male.
male. I can say there ain't no such thing as real men, but I don't say that because that's not true. Maybe I feel like I had experience with some negative situations, but I can't say there ain't no such thing as a real man, ain't no such thing as an alpha male, ain't no such thing as. So if y'all gonna say that, chiming in, let's talk. Cause I can send you a link. Y'all want a link? I can inbox either one of y'all the link if y'all want to get on here and tell me what it is. Let me know right now, cause I'll do is hit a button and we can put y'all right here on the screen with us. No more Harriet Tubman types. Oh wow. All right, Vin Diesel.
I'm
You
not gonna
talking a
make
good
my faces. That's my problem right there.
you say a good thing. It's just I say that because women can only have masculine energy.
Women
Okay.
can only have. Are you? I
Oh,
say that because women can only have masculine energy. I don't know
what
if
do that
that's what you're
mean? I
saying.
mean, what do you
I
mean when
don't
you
think
say
that's what.
masculine
I don't think
energy?
he's saying
I
that
don't
right.
understand what that means. Can you help me? Can I send you a link? Can you come in and tell me this? Can we have a talk, Corey? Can I send you a link? Can, can I send you an invite?
Look, the alpha in me gonna come out. No, I'm just
Stop it.
let my nose start spreading.
Your masculine what's called is gonna come out. Corey, can I send you a link? I'm gonna send you a link, Corey, and see if you
And
want to
then I
chime
also
in.
be thinking everything a joke too. So.
Yeah, I'm not offended at what you said, Corey, but I just want to hear. I want to hear what your comments is. Okay, find Corey right quick.
There he is. Oh, no,
That's
that's
not
the
this
wrong one.
Corey right here. I got two. I know I had two Corey Jones on my page. That's funny.
That's that part I told you that my emotional intelligence.
Corey, you're welcome to
I can't
chime
hold it
in,
together
and I'm gonna
sometimes.
send you one too, Vin Diesel. Since you want to come, you making your comments, I'm gonna send you one too, just in case. 'Cause I don't mind. I don't mind. I love good conversation. It ain't no, I ain't no argument, ain't no disrespect or nothing like that. It's just more than less. I want to understand. Help me understand. Put me in my place if you got a place you think you can put me in.
Don't start.
Don't start.
What that status
I
say
love
today?
it.
Say what it say? I met a man. I can't wait to meet a man that can tell me to shut the fuck up.
Either one of y'all, when y'all chime in, I'm gonna put y'all on live. Women are too emotional and they must lead by logic and not feelings. That's what stops any woman from being an alpha female. Hmm.
He said,
Okay.
"Women."
I'm sorry. I'm here. In between watching basketball. Okay, Corey. But yeah, I sent you a link. I inbox both of y'all a link. All you do is click on the link, and it I can bring y'all right here on the screen with us, so we can have a good conversation.
So this
I
is
would
what
love for
I'm
y'all
gonna
to do
say.
this.
I don't feel like again, like we said earlier, you can be an alpha female in certain areas of your life.
He says only a man can leave. Leave. There's no
Mhm.
such thing as an alpha female. Uh, as an alpha female second to the man.
But
I'm gonna
it's
laugh at
not
you,
your
Vin Diesel.
opinion though. And I'm gonna say this to be not to be mean, but it's not your opinion. It's like they said, it's the way when you walk in the room and how you dominate that room and how you dominate situations. And again, like I said, is to me I feel you could be an alpha woman in certain situations that you can bring it down and be a certain type of woman, especially for your man. But to me, it is alpha women out there.
Corey, come on. One of y'all. I sent y'all links in y'all
Again,
inbox on Facebook. Click on the link. Come on. Won't y'all come on live with us?
a lot of women that's probably they say they alpha women is not alpha women. They
Right,
probably
exactly.
more insecure women and they think they're alpha women.
Come on, y'all.
But again, we're not gonna bash people.
Come on.
But the truth is the truth.
The truth is the truth. Come on, let's put it out here. I just want to hear what y'all say because
Because
maybe
on
your
last week,
words is different than what you typing, and we can get the understanding from what you're saying. Come on, y'all. I sent y'all the link. Anthony, you want to come on? Can I send you a link? Because I want to know if you think there's no such thing as an alpha female, and if you do or don't, why you think that way. I'm open for anybody that want to come on. Come on now. Anybody want to come on? Hello. Ain't nobody saying nothing. In between Mr. Watching Basketball, Corey. Come on, y'all. Here we go. Y'all quiet. Okay.
we're gonna be
Okay.
off of there by
Anthony.
now.
And no,
Anthony.
we gonna push it a little longer. Anthony. He said give him 5 minutes, so I'm gonna give him 5 minutes.
Mm.
You know, I want to hear. I want to hear. But I know what Anthony almost got to say. But I want to hear Corey and Vin Diesel because they they say no such thing. I sent I sent the links out, y'all. Now come on, y'all saying something. Let's talk about it.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel
I feel like y'all just wanted to say something. That's okay. I'm happy y'all did. I'm happy they did say
yeah.
something because at least I get an understanding from what somebody else said. That's how they feel.
But
That's
there's
their
a lot
opinion.
of it's a lot of men out there that don't believe in uh um the alpha woman stigma or that whole status
Right.
that they that personality trait. But I
Hmm.
feel like if where does that type of personality falls in line then? Is
Exactly.
that just what y'all consider just a strong woman then?
Right. We can't have a title. Y'all just got to have the men only can have a title.
Because if that's the case, like we said, it ain't an alpha man then. It's just only
A strong
a
man.
strong man.
Right.
And that's
Okay.
just my personal opinion.
Mine's too. I agree with you, Miss Lady. But I just want to the alpha men that got to say something, or the men that saying, oh, they didn't even think that they were alpha men though. They just
That's
said, well, no alpha female.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all. They said they wasn't. They just said wasn't no alpha female. They didn't say it was. It wasn't a It wasn't a. They were. They didn't say they were alpha males. They said just wasn't. Ain't no such thing as an alpha female. I'm almost offended, but I ain't.
So see, I guess like let's just recap on what we talked about a little bit with the different personalities, so that maybe when we do our new podcast, they can already kind of understand what they say is research is the six or different personality traits of women. So they said they got the alpha women. She got high self esteem, and she has a lot of confidence, and pretty much she could go into any room and take over the room. That's pretty much an alpha woman in they eye. Then you
Okay.
got a beta woman. It says this desire acceptance. She need validation and approval from other people and other women
Right.
or
Okay.
other people. Period.
Right.
And then you got the gamma woman. They similar to alpha woman. They are aware of their own value. From the outside perspective, their lifestyle is almost too good to be true. That's what they consider a gamma woman. They said alpha omega woman is shy and intelligent, do not easily open up to people and bottle their emotions. And then the delta woman is a former alpha female, self conscious, good communicator, but got a lot of beta woman qualities.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the delta woman. And then the sigma woman is supposed to be inclusive, mysterious, self confident, loyal, and helpful. So those supposed to be the six different personality traits. Oh, we got somebody that tapped in.
Oh, sure. That's all right. All right.
We got somebody that tapped in.
Okay. All right. We finna put you in.
No,
All
he
right.
didn't. He
Yes, he
bowed.
bowed. That's all. That's
No,
bad.
Yeah, let me in here, man.
We finna put you in. Sir.
Yeah, let me in.
All right. How you
bowed.
doing? That's bad.
Yeah, let me in here, man.
Yeah, we just you alive. You on air.
Yeah, let me in here. Man, what's happening?
How you doing? Good. About yourself.
I'm
Trying to
saying, can y'all hear me? Man, what's happening?
background.
I'm saying, can y'all hear me? Man, what's happening?
Can you hear me?
Hold on. Hey, I'm having problems. I can't hear y'all.
Music down in the background. Make sure you hit your mic and make sure your
Hello?
mic is working. You gotta turn your background down.
Hello? Okay, I got it.
You got it?
I thought I turned it down.
All right, go ahead. Let's see if I can hear you.
Let me see. I can't hear him from here.
Can you hear me? You can't watch us. You ain't gonna be able to watch us and hear yourself at the same time. Because it's a delay. So you got to turn your volume down for if you looking at it on another device. I think he froze up. It'll come back if you that's when people try to listen. That's one thing. When you trying to come on, you can't watch yourself while you on here. It's recorded so you can go back and watch it when you get done. But you can't if you restart it, it'll come you can come back in. Just click back on the link again and I'll bring you back in. Cause you like you frozen. Yeah. All you gotta do is restart your link. Come out your link and restart it, and then it'll bring you back in.
But yeah, Auntie, so I guess we're gonna be doing what we're gonna have one that's probably maybe like a personality type thing. Maybe we could go incorporate it together. Have
Okay.
the personality, see if we could get like 12 women maybe or different
Yeah.
women to do like a test. See
Okay.
if we can find the six different personalities that have them in the same room.
Exactly. Oh, that'll be hot.
And then we could probably try to do another one where it's like the alpha woman or an alpha man, whoever feel like they are, we can do more than one woman, more than
Right.
one man.
Exactly. We can come back and forth with this because we don't got no. It ain't no structure that we gotta just stay on. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about this. We can do what we want. What we want. Nobody control us.
So another thing I wanted to do is praise everybody for going to the Future concert yesterday and not getting shot. They did get shot, Auntie. They didn't get shot.
Amen.
They nobody got shot. Nobody. I heard it was some fights now,
Mm-hmm.
but Milwaukee did good without shooting each other at the concert.
Mm-hmm.
They kept it together. So Milwaukee, we proud of y'all.
We proud of y'all.
No, seriously, because that's an accomplishment for us.
Yeah, yeah. I miss good clean fun where you got to worry about who bringing a gun and who might be too, whoever might be too emotional and decide that they want to play God for a few minutes.
Anthony, I think the link in your inbox.
It's in your inbox on Facebook. I know I sent it to you.
You did.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and double check because I think I got two Anthony Williams on my page too. Just want to make sure I sent it to the right one. Yep, I sent it to you. Yep, if you click on the link, yeah, in your inbox on Facebook, it's it's right there.
But yeah, I heard about at Prime. At Prime, I don't really want to shout out the club because you never know if that's gonna give them negative. But I heard that at one of the more older crowd type of establishments,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I heard it was a little bit of shooting going on last night.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like at the actual concert down at the Pfizer Forum, I heard that it went well.
Okay, cool.
So that's a good thing
That's
to
funny
talk
because
about.
I heard about the future concert at the end. I didn't. I'm usually
Turning
up.
it the wrong way.
I'm
Turn it the- There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah, I'm usually. I'm trying to get my shirt, my clothes right down. Straighten it
You
up.
got money right here?
Yeah, I do.
Let me get $1.
Oh, always trying to front me off. Well, I didn't have. I ain't got no change. Bring me my wallet, baby. Let me leave baby alone. She be done brought me my wallet for real. But yeah, I didn't hear about it until yesterday. Slam was saying he was gonna go to the future concert,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh okay. And then last night I was kind of scrolling on the book, and I seen somebody did a live video at the future concert. I'm like, okay.
I'm just happy though. I'm just really happy that nobody got shot though.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was really worried about that.
Yeah.
Like Auntie, I literally be sad about that
I know.
when we wake up in the morning
And
after the weekend. That'd be the first thing I'd be looking for. How many people got shot this weekend?
But you know what? Everybody know me that's ever been in the house with me. They know one thing I usually always do. I wake up and go sleep to the news. And Fox 6, they because it's play the news over and over again, and it's my local channel. They don't switch to no other Good Morning America type stuff because I'm not into that. I want to know what's going on right where I'm at because I can't. I ain't in New York. I don't really care what's happening in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's something bad enough, I'll hear about it. But I'm in Milwaukee, so I want to hear what's happening in Milwaukee at all times.
Oh, you didn't want to hear about the Groundhog Day?
Oh. Anyway, back to what I was saying.
What was it?
I
Is
think
that
it's
our
sad
national?
about that was really sad about the tornado over in Mississippi, I believe. That made me cry because I saw a lot of people over there, and the one guy said, I know we can rebuild, but how, how are we gonna get through this? And that just brought tears to my eyes. I feel like that was my Uncle Bud or something. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but it just made me real sad. I saw that on the news.
And that's why you don't watch like Good Morning America thing.
Yeah, I watch Good Morning America because it focuses on other stuff. I want to know what's going on right here. If there's something major going on in another state, the Fox News will touch on it. It'll touch on it, but it won't let it dominate it because see, Good Morning Americas and all those kind of shows like that, they all over the place. So they're gonna show all these other places probably more than they're gonna show anything else.
Right.
I just want to know what's in Milwaukee. Should I walk out the front door or should I lay on the floor? What happened to my neighbors next door? I want to hear about what's happening right here where I'm at because this is the area that I want to make a change to right where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So if it's something I could do to fix, or if it's something going on where I shouldn't go down this street versus going around that street, That's what I want to know about. I don't want to know about. I mean, I want to hear about it, something major going on. Don't get me wrong,
I know
but I
exactly
don't
what
want
you're
it to
saying.
be
Though.
dominant on it. You know, and they don't. Only thing you hear after a certain time on certain channels, only thing you hear about Milwaukee is the weather. You might hear a 30-second brief something, da 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 da, da,
Or
and then
something about
the
Green Bay
weather in
Packers.
your town, you know, and then they'll say about the weather in Milwaukee, but
Or something about the Packers.
yeah,
Them
yeah.
stealing money or something.
Or Aaron Rodgers going here. Who
Yeah.
cares? Bye.
Right.
You played long enough here. Go ahead and do what you do. That's what they all do, and that irritates me. But that's why I'm not into sports like that. It really irritates me. I like to see that when my home my state teams are winning. That's that's good for me because it gives notoriety to your state, you know, in a good light. But all the rest of that stuff, I don't really care. If a player don't want to play here no more, that's what you do. You play basketball, you play football, whatever you play.
Right.
Go play where you gonna play it. Just
Right.
keep playing your sport that you love. You know, it is what it is. But Anthony, you can't find your link. I'm about bad.
But no, we just happy that you all tuned in.
Exactly, and I'm really happy. I hate that Van Diesel. I hate that your link didn't stay in and you froze up on me. But I really want to hear your opinion. I really want to hear your opinion. You know, of why you felt like you felt. But it's cool that you gave me your opinion. I like that because I like to know. It makes me know who I'm dealing with and who people I know. You know, because you know when you feel a certain way, you're like, ain't no such thing as this. Here come Anthony. Here come Anthony. Anthony in his lair. I'm gonna bring Anthony in here. Come on, Anthony. And on the left here we have Anthony.
Huh.
Hey.
Oh, look at him. We got the setup and
Yeah,
everything.
Anthony. You know, Anthony. He know what he's doing. You know, he's a professional.
Ah, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
We good, Anthony. How about you?
Man, I'm great. I'm hearing y'all with this conversation as I'm riding, and I'm like, let me chime on because we had talked earlier, and let me listen, at the same time learn.
Exactly, exactly.
So,
So, what are your thoughts on alpha female? Because I had two gentlemen tell me there's no such thing as alpha female.
well, one, when I think of for me, okay, so let me give you my insight on this. Because now you're talking like um, terminology, right? So what I because I think when you saying alpha, let me make sure I'm understanding. So when you saying alpha female, is that similar to a head of a household woman?
It's just basically a woman in charge of whatever she's doing, and
Okay,
how she's
okay,
doing is conducting herself.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, well, definitely
It's like
a woman can be in charge.
as well.
Yeah. Now I think where I differ at with it is the language,
Okay.
right? So I don't believe where there's a alpha male rather or alpha female. And reason like I said, why I say that is because now when you're talking like that, you're talking like an identity,
Okay.
right? Now I need to attach this identity to me, and I'm like, I don't need for me, right? When God said He created me in His image, I'm cool. That's my identity. And so when I think about roles that you got to play, I think you need to be able to dominate, or I like to say it this way: as long as you have the attitude for the atmosphere, no matter what environment you go, to, you actually can be able to be that person. Because if female or male, if you like, because we got this whole submissive thing, and I think it's kind of like really crazy because it's like, hey, a woman should be submissive because God said that the man is the head, right? And it's like now you got this perspective automatically trying to like say, well, a woman need to be debased or not just say belittled, but she need to be at this place. And if she get in this place, she's out of place. And I'm like, I don't think like that because like if you take the terminology, just say because like I said, I don't agree with the terminology, but I understand a person, a woman that is can control things, that can run things, right? Me and my wife. Just say take that for instance. Like I don't need you to be me, right? And I don't need to be her. So in every situation, everybody plays a role, right? And it ain't got none of this terminology thing. What for me, where I throw it all away because it's like I'm not trying to be no alpha male, no strong man, because all these are identity, and it's like, hey, this came with me. This is who I am because of I am, right? I don't have to pretend. I don't have to put a title there and say, oh, I'm an alpha male, or no, man, I'm who God say I am, right? And it ain't about no religion. So a lot of time when people say that, they like, well, I'm who God called me to be, or and I'm just saying, I believe women and men because God said when He created us, He said, I created you just like me. So all that separation when it comes to religion, saying that the man is the head, and then they got an interpretation of it where I don't believe in none of it. I just believe you, God created you. He knew better than I know, right? He knew better when He said, I created you just like me. Now, the thing is are you going to get the attitude for the atmosphere, right? So that wherever environment you are in, you know how to conduct yourself. That's the whole thing. My point on where I see that, because forget all the conversation about labels and titles and identity. I don't need none of that. I don't believe in nothing that they say about it because it don't make sense to me. Hold on, let me see. I can't hear y'all. Okay, I can't hear y'all.
Do it. It's some people that really just are not alpha, or they just don't got the personality to do it. And it's like, okay, so where do we let what do we label them as? Like, you know what I mean? Like, besides, so is they just, do you just consider them just a weak person or a weak woman, or what do you consider them to be? That's, I guess that's the point of us having a discussion. Is more of, where do you feel like your personality falls? And that's, I think that's where people, I think that's where the label come in at,
I
because
can.
I have been in situations where I've seen women that just cannot be an alpha woman, and they just can't do it.
Or there
They
can't be a
just
woman in a
that
leader
weak.
role, leader type. Okay, if we take away the title, alpha, if we just say a woman in a leadership role, where where a woman, she can't take control. She says she's in control, but she can't take control. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So my thing is, because I wanted to, and Mr. Reezy Route, I was quiet because I wanted Mr. Anthony to get his point across. That's why I was quiet. Is not interrupting him because I know what my place was here, right
Exactly.
here. But I think a woman, I think some women are put in a positions that they're qualified for, but they don't know how to handle them. And when I say qualify, maybe by a piece of paper or some kind of certification that somebody gave them, saying that you're a leader of this team, you're qualified to be the leader of this team.
Hmm.
However, she's not a good leader, and vice versa. But if you have a lady who can come in
It can
and can
dominate the room.
dominate that leading role without intimidating or being disrespectful to anybody that's subordinate to her in that situation or around her.
But I feel like if she, let me see this.
Go ahead, say, go
I
ahead, come
feel
on.
okay. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like if she could go into a room and intimidate a man,
What?
then he,
That now that's a whole nother subject. That don't
then she
that
to me is an alpha woman.
right. I get what you're
And
saying.
I'm not trying to be.
No, but see, this is what it is. That no, what that means is he's not a he's not a leading or what you would consider an alpha male. Because if you're intimidated by a woman or even another man per se,
Mm,
because
mm.
and per se, if I'm intimidated by another woman that walks in the room that commands attention, I might be the alpha woman in the room when I get there, or feel like I'm the alpha woman in the room, but she can walk in there and say, "Bam, I'm taking over now."
So you can sit down.
Sit down, go back in your corner, baby. I got this now. You know what I'm saying?
And respectfully,
Right. To respectfully go sit down, and I'm gonna handle this from here, babe. And I know women like that, and I've been in situations similar to that, where I didn't come in the room as an alpha female, but I came in the room and was the alpha female, and another woman may have came in the room and say sit down, but not like that. You know what I'm saying? But give you that, okay, okay, she's here now. Let her have her time. You know what I'm saying? I got to get out the way. I've been in situations like that, so therefore,
So is it the so like when someone say that, right? And they like I'm an alpha male or I'm an alpha female, right? It's kind of like I said, for me, when I hear that, what I think about is identity. So someone that's got to go out and find another identity, for one, they're not in harmony with themselves. Like I you know what I mean, like because this is what we're now dealing with in society is identity. Everything is about the identity. I am this or I am that. And it's like, do you really ever, like me and you talk, Pam, I always ask people, hey, who are you? Right? Squash all of that. So who are you? Because you was that before you had kids. You was that before you got to whatever you got right now. You was that before. So who are you? Because if you wait till you're an adult and then now society starts to say, well, that's an alpha woman, alpha male, or that's a boss, or that's an entrepreneur, right? And then all of those things now give people when they walk in a room and when they walk in there, they walk in with titles, right? And then it's like competing and comparing, and it's like now you in trouble because at the end of the day, everything that we're doing, it must cease. Every relationship that we have on this planet is temporary. So the person that builds their identity on the things or the roles that they play, what happens when those roles stop?
okay.
Who are you after that?
So
You
this is something I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go out here and just going back to what you said. Even as a young woman, like growing up, I've always I've always been called a leader. I've always been put in leader. I can remember doing junior achievement stuff. I can remember doing junior achievement stuff where, um, my mother let me get into the junior achievement thing, and I was really shocked that that's still going on now. But where we had to create these companies and we make a product and this, that, and the other. And then somebody had to run for president, and I made flyers and posters and stuff, and I became the president of my class of my company that we created in our junior achievement group. I always remembered that I had that, and I always been told I was a leader. I had that. I remember when I was a little girl and I was just a little older than Bailey, and me and my mama and my auntie now, my grandmother now, we planted I wanted to plant tomato bushes. I planted tomato bushes and greens, and everybody and I grew them tomato bushes and them greens. I took care of them all that summer, and that was like the first. I think my first touch at entrepreneurship. I was selling big old green leaves and tomatoes, and had the biggest pretty green tomatoes. Everybody wanted them tomatoes, and I did that for years and years until I was able to do something. So I always kind of had a leadership entrepreneur type thing in me. I knew that about me when I was a little girl. So it was just, I mean, I had to figure out how I was going to get where I need to get to and how I was going to do what I need to do or find something I truly wanted to do all the time. So it didn't seem like a job because that's something always resonated in my head. Find you something to do in a business that don't make you feel like it's a job, and you'll be happy. You'll be happy with what you're doing for the rest of your life, as far as business wise or career wise. It was find a career. That's what it was. It wasn't getting your own business. It was that's the language they used then. Find a career that you like and you enjoy doing, and you'll never feel like you work a day in your life. That's what it was. That was the thing. But so I always felt like some type of a leader. But here in time and people and human beings, like you said, they created the title, the alpha male, the alpha female, the this or that. They the one gave these different roles. They kind of like in the church, the bishop, the prophetess, the pastor, the deaconess.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not, and I ain't nothing bad on the church. I
no,
ain't
because
trying
I
to
was gonna say I
be,
feel like it should just be a preacher.
yeah. It should be what it is. You don't need a. I don't think you have to have a title, but it's just like that. Just like that, he wrote. I don't see. Oh Lord, I'm trying to think of that term. It was some kind of apostle, an apostle something. It was man. I don't heard some good titles in church. It's like, okay, how you spell that? You know. But my point is, yeah, the title thing came along, and it's going to evolve into something different down the line. Maybe by the time Bailey's 20 years old, it's going to be something different. It ain't going to be alpha male, alpha female. It's going to be mega female and mega male or whatever. Somebody that think they're smarter than the last one came up with a term. They're going to come up because alpha female and alpha male going to be dead. Them terms they're gonna be out of style. So it's going to be something there. Something else there to replace that. But it's always, I think, until this world ends and there's no more, it's always going to be a new title to replace this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Wow.
So back in the day, before y'all got that series, it was just strong woman, strong man.
So I'm
just
gonna be
messing
honest.
with you.
You gotta call me old. You gotta call us old on the slide.
Uh,
I don't. And it was basically, if you really want to know, if I think about it like that, back in the days, I never heard the terms. I can't remember when I started hearing the term alpha male, alpha female. Um, the alpha, the omega. That's what I used to hear back in church. When I was younger. But um, but I never heard the
No,
terms. I never heard of that term.
Why do men or people feel just because somebody say they're half a woman that they think that they are the
Manly
same
as a man.
as a man?
I would never think I'm same as a man because I'm not built to be a man. I'm not equipped to be a man, and vice versa with the man. So
I
I
don't
don't.
think, to be honest, neither one of us is better than the other, but we ain't gonna go there. Or
Exactly.
one is higher than the other one.
Right. I don't.
Like you just said, Mr. Anthony, we was made in your image, so that means that we are literally equal.
yeah, I mean because the confusion when you think about it, right? When you like you said, if a man hear a woman say that I'm an alpha woman, right? Then he like, oh, women is too emotional, or women is too, you got to be a manly woman in order to be an alpha. It's got all kind of stigmas because now you messing it up because a woman, a little girl, this is how God made us. As little kids, we naturally, you put Bailey in there. If there's a kid younger than Bailey, Bailey is naturally going to teach, and that child is going to follow. That's natural stuff. That's how God created. So for a woman to, when you hear a woman got to be this certain way. Now, sometimes women may do it just like men, misconstrue the whole thing and do too much. But a woman has to lead. It ain't if or and about it. Who else gonna lead your life? Who okay, if like when you said a woman walks in a room and she automatically gets intimidated. She's not intimidated by you. It is her thought that she has about you that makes her intimidated. So who's going to help her correct that thinking? Because you can come to her and say, hey, look, I don't mean no harm, right? But this person already has a total perspective going on that you ain't hearing nothing about. You're just seeing it, her move away from you, right? So now when you think of this whole terminology piece. Listen, words are symbols that we give meaning to. And so many people get caught up in wordplay to where now you forget that what you saying has no meaning until we attach one to it. And just because we attach one to it doesn't mean that it's the meaning. We just take stuff and run with, oh man, this is what it is. No, man, whatever you call it, that's what it'll be. You know what I mean? So how God created us, like I don't like when people hear me say I'm God in the earth. Hey man, what do you mean? I said, I'm not going to identify with what you say because if that's confusing to you, I get it. But trust me, I'm going to be one with God, right? I'm on borrowed time. I have borrowed breath, and this is a body that I have to give back to the dirt. So I'm not wasting my time ever in life focusing on what they put out here and say, hey, man, this is who you are. No, you can't. None of that stuff fits. Because if I have to be an alpha male and you have to be an alpha female, at some point the balance, the scale is not going to be right. But I do know God said this to where he gave women so much value. That's why I told you, Pam, we need to do this woman work. And I'm going to just say this one point. He never said to a man, hey, man, listen, or he never said to a woman, it is not good for women to be alone. But he did tell man, it is not good for you to be alone. So that woman is very much needed, and God holds that place of a woman so high to where when I talk to women about value and they worth, all of this is crazy because now you're not even understanding your worth. You're not even understanding it. You look at if somebody say it's like water, y'all like water to a degree to us. He said it's not good for man to be alone. Right? So you got men now, and in society, the way you got identity, right, being pushed, and so women like I'm a bad girl, I'm a boss, all of those things, right? It's like listen. I'm telling you right now, as a man, if the woman understood the man, she will understand that when this dude wants you, he will cook a chicken in a half a day, walk to New York, and throw the bones away. You don't have to play the game that you play because we pay for what we want. This is why the women paying for what they want. When you find a balanced scale and it's like this, I guarantee you I can take them to scripture because another thing been taken out of place is people read the Bible and they automatically attach the Bible to a religion. But there's not one religion that you can find in that Bible that God told man to follow. So now you take the Bible and now you take it and you do it the way in your interpretation. So now somebody is here and somebody is here always. Because how are you gonna have all this value or this worth? I don't even like value. I like worth. How you have all of this worth and then you think about it and devalue it. So it's crazy.
I want to talk to you some more, Miss
Turn it down.
Real soon.
We got another gentleman want to chime
Real
in.
soon.
Mr.
Yeah.
Such thing as a alpha woman. Come on in, talk to us.
And listen, there's no alpha woman, none of that. All that woman, she just takes the lead and hold that man down 100%. Other than that, throw that alpha male, all that alpha female, throw that junk in the garbage. If you're gonna lead, you're gonna lead. And there's certain people that cling to you, and there's people that don't. That leader is gonna walk in the room and command people with charisma. You just born with it. But let me identify what I am first. So I'm Christian, so my perspective is the real deal. Man is the head, and there's nothing over the man at all. And to let the brother know what the woman is here for when he say, women should not be alone. She's supposed to be a helpmeet, meaning not a slave or to be degraded, but to be there and to remind and to help get things and to help them keep things running all together for one. When it goes off of that, I mean, it never stands. And that's the full perspective. Real deal. That's me.
It's your full perspective.
Yeah, I mean, look. See, if you think that the Lord put us here to be equal to anything under the sun, you're mistaken. The man is the one that was given inspiration. The man is the one that wrote the real Bible and supposed to give real guidance and leadership. Whether it's street sense, turned Christian, or a person that's just taking the lead and he's just forced to be a leader. But without the word for guidance or the blueprint, you just lost.
Okay, so why again, like we said, okay, so you feel like there's no alpha women at all. You feel like it is no alpha women.
He kind of said it wasn't an alpha male either, though.
Right.
But this is what I'm going to say. You, in a sense, you and Anthony said the same thing.
I was just
had you been
that.
listening,
I was gonna say
had
that.
you been listening, you just hearing your own. See, that's what we mess up at when it comes to.
No, I listen.
But
I listen.
Anthony pretty much said the same thing. If
right, right. But my perspective, my guidance is taken from the word of God, the Almighty, Elohim, the real God, true living God.
And here's this too.
No, he said he just believed that there's equal, that if there's an alpha male and alpha female, sometimes the scale is gonna lean. It's gonna lean because the woman shouldn't be there. The woman shouldn't be there anyway, wearing herself on that scale anyway.
Let me share what I said.
Hold on, listen to what he said now. What he said.
I'm coming from the Bible. I said when God created man and woman, he said I created male and female, right? And so man and woman is equal in the states of creation. And so man has come, and now when he hear I'm the head, right? I'm the leader. And then now he takes a role, and now it becomes a role play. And so it's always going to be balanced scales with that. This is why you hear a woman and a man always compared. Well, a woman can't do this, and a man should do this, or it's always roles. But when in God's eyes, when he created man and he created woman, he didn't say where where maybe your belief, or like what you've been taught or believe about it, probably say that. But I also study. I live the Bible. I don't just talk about it. I actually live it also. And so when I think about
I believe in supernatural things, and a person that believes in supernatural, that believes in Christ, don't you drop a person off right at a certain point, because the man is supposed to take the role of leadership. He's supposed to. If woman was the one that the Lord revealed the word to, they would be the disciples. They would be the great and minor prophets. You hear me? The man is supposed to be the one that distribute the word as he did, as from the beginning over 4,000 years ago. Same way, same God.
But see, I think what your misinterpretation is, like many other people misinterpretation of when we're talking about alpha female and alpha male, our term was speaking on it. It was not saying that we're more dominant than a man. It's not saying
Hold it.
No.
Just like she said, just like she said, she'll walk in a room and make a man scared or intimidated by her.
She said,
hey, no, hold it. No, hold it.
Now you only getting your point.
That's what she said.
Well, that ain't what she said.
She said to intimidate the men, and y'all laughed about it.
We laughed, but she said
submit, whatever you want to say.
No, listen to what she said. Let's repeat it. She said if a woman walks into a room and intimidates a man, she didn't say her doing it or me doing it. She said if a woman can walk in a room and intimidate a man, then that's something else. That's what she said. She didn't say anything about a woman being over a man, under a man, next to a man, or side by a man. But
listen, that's just the person wrestling with. That's a person wrestling with insecurities and inferiorities. Right? That has nothing to do with that person. If I walk in and I stand 6'4" and I'm more handsome than anybody else, some people are going to feel intimidated anyway. So if a woman come in that way, big bone or whatever, and strong features, whatever, some people be intimidated. It ain't just because that they're. It's just a person that's just scared. A real man that's just that believe and has a hold. That I believe in the word. There's anything I don't believe that can even make me even think that way. If a person walk like that in the room, that can intimidate me because I believe.
But there are men that are intimidated by the intelligence and the leadership and the strongness of some women, and that don't mean I'm manly. I think I'm a strong woman, but I don't think I'm a man. I don't think I'm manly or nothing. I know I'm a leader.
Some do.
I know what I am and who I am. But what I'm saying is there are men that can walk in. Listen, let me just give you another example. As a woman in business, at the business that I'm in, I've had men that have went to come to me and we go over their business stuff and I'm going to do their stuff for them. But then they say, okay, well, let me check somewhere else. Okay, check somewhere else. They'll go to a man that'll mess their stuff up because they'll take him for his word as a man before they'll give me their work because he a man. And a lot of I don't have them come back. I don't have them come back to me behind going and doing that and let me know I should have stayed with you in the beginning.
See, and that's
But my thing is because they went to another man, or because it was a man doing the exact same thing that I'm doing in business wise. And that's not saying I'm manly. That just say I do a job. Maybe I do a more detail, or better job than the next person does. But I've had people decide to go with John versus Pam because John was a man and there was a man. They felt more confident in John doing the job than they did me. But
Yeah, he was being biased. He was being biased. He was being biased and stupid.
right, exactly. So
Because I'm going with the quality. I'm going with the quality and the background and the experience.
but my point,
See, when you become born again, you don't have to seek approval from what society and what they think is approval, because it's foolish to Christians and the people believe in the word for real and live it and went through it. You know, that's where it separates. You know what I'm saying? Those same ones that says, hey, I don't need a man because hey, I'm the super boss and I have 5 employees, and the brother right here might have went through some things and have a record now and this and that. But that man have faith in the Lord and know that we run marathons when it comes to it. It might not look like nothing, but the Lord preserves us and we see the end race all the time, because there's spiritual and there's carnal. When you look through the carnal eye, you can never see what that Christian or what that person believing in the Lord can say at all.
I
At
agree.
all.
I agree with you on that. I agree with
At
you.
all.
But like I said, my only thing is the missing you. I think your misinterpretation of alpha woman and alpha male from what we're saying. It was never a woman being over a man or
I dealt with a lot of alpha women, quote unquote. I dealt with a lot of them. Strong ones that I know Tom or Jerry would be even intimidated to even talk to her. Like
Don't consider
they'd be scared to approach her. Like, oh shit, she got a Mercedes outside. She has a business and she, intimidated. They won't talk to her. They scared. They won't do it
but to you, that's still not considered an alpha woman.
just because she's independent. That they will not go to it. I, on the other hand, I don't look at it that way because, like I said, my you can use it as a motivation, just to get where you need to be, or you can see for what it is and just have the Lord deal with you how He deal with you. Either way, it work out for us anyways. All things work out for the good that love the Lord anyway. So we just find that niche, man. We get in and get it.
makes sense. It makes sense.
The world ain't gonna never see it right. The world ain't gonna never see it right.
Anthony, what you got any more thoughts, Anthony? What do you think, Anthony?
I mean, I get what everybody is saying. What he's saying, what you saying. I mean, it's just about freedom for me. I always
Yeah.
that I never have an ideal, or I never get a concept on life to where it's bondage, or where it's like um not because I think about like what we talking about. I don't believe in alpha male, alpha female. That's all construct. I
Right.
just believe like when you play a role, when you walk in a room, like it's just like me and my wife. Like, I don't have to tell her, hey, submit, or but it's like your role, baby. If I'm not here, I need you to play a role. If I'm here, I need you to play a role, vice versa. So that when I see a woman, because you each one of us as babies started leading, each one of us. And now when you're talking about the constructs that what we follow today, they're not alpha male, alpha female is not in the Bible. So it's not
Yeah.
based on glorifying God. It's just based on a construct. And so when you get men and women together, it's just that, then now you may add God in, or, you may take God, whatever, you may do it that way. But when you look at it, God said the evidence though is love, right? So I have to walk in oneness with this ideal that when I see a woman, right, that I don't have the hey, you are this kind of woman, or you're that. I don't care. I believe that you're the breath of God, and I believe that I owe you nothing. He said, "Oh no, man, nothing but to love him." So I walk in that oneness. Everything else is kind of right. It's up for grabs because I have to love everybody and respect, you know, because I like dialogue. I mean, because if you don't dialogue, then you kind of like stuck. You know what I mean? You ain't learning. You know what I mean? Now, hey, now Hey, what's your name?
My name Tay.
Okay, Shantae. Okay. All right, my man. You can't recognize my face. This Ant.
Man, hey, listen, because I had to take it off my screen to my phone, it's smaller, so I get more voice than screen, but I'm gonna be able to play it back and get to it because I'm tuning out and I'm on because my phone went dead, man. I see it and I'm looking like, damn, man, those brothers was some damn weird, man. I'm like, but I got disconnected.
Y'all probably knew each other.
I've been knowing my man since the 80s. So, hey, but listen, we got to sit down because I want to have dialogue about the scriptures. But we ain't going to do it on here. But I want to have a dialogue because, I mean, it's important. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times when you do have conversations like this, you have to be able to build because this is my life. This is what I do. Like every single day, it's about provoking thought. And I'm about freedom. You know what I mean?
And so let's just safe to say this. So you know me from the 80s. So right away, once I tune right in, so you know how I was then, me and my brother in them 80s. So it takes me up to this point to where now I can see it clear, even at about to be 51. So I can see a lot of things different now to where the alpha male, alpha female, not in the Bible, but leadership and leaders they're in bold letters telling you this, receiving the word and the instruction to do what's need to be done and to see what's happening right now.
Oh, I agree. I got a question for you. The wisest man in the Bible was considered Solomon. Who went to confirm me?
Elijah. No. David.
Esther. Queen Esther.
Oh, okay, Esther. Yeah. Okay.
Man in the Bible.
That was the only one I was with a chapter or in the Bible, a whole book in there.
Esther.
But see, now here's the thing. I'm not putting us like saying that because I agree with a lot of what you're saying. But what I'm just sharing is like, because a lot of time, I'm not saying it's you, but you know that people devalue, and even women devalue themselves a lot of time because it's competing in comparison that's going on. And versus you saying, or it's like that energy, like a man, like, okay, when God said man is the head of his household, like I'm the head of my household because I control the energy that's inside of my household. But make no mistake, I don't clean up this house to prepare this house like she do, right? So the structure, the energy is love. The energy is peace. So if my wife is not going to come in to disrupt.
But see, stop right there. Hold it. Because I don't want to lose this. I don't agree with it right there because just as I see how she complete her job, I feel I can have it better because I want it a certain way. Like times when I pray to the Lord, I like a clean house. You know what I'm saying? I want my stuff, I want it clean because every time I see him prepare or prep places of prayer, it's always structured. There's always an instruction given. If you go away from those instructions, amen, a house divided shall not stand. So I'm not going to step to the side, and because a woman can whoop a little louder or have a little bit more credentials, I'm not going to let her just take a lead on a lot of things without giving her the full instructions. Okay, and those instructions don't come from me. The inspiration only comes from the Almighty. That's it.
I want to make sure I'm understanding you. So you saying like, cause see, I'm saying like my wife, when you say clean up, I'm gonna take the role. Like I'm not taking her role, or I'm not, but I'm saying like my job, right, at my house, and man's job in the Bible, right, is the
everything. We do it all. We tear it down, build it, clean it, restructure, clean it out, move in. We do it all.
So what the woman is for?
She's a help me to do those things that we don't have time to clean extra. So if she do it, but if we do, or she misses a spot on my favorite desk, or my favorite shirt ain't clean. Hey, I want it a certain way. It need to be a certain way. And that ain't chauvinist, there ain't no way. And that ain't, listen, but I will have hers the same way also.
So
Same way.
Now, okay. So now, if that's the structure of your household, you can't argue about the structure.
Check this out. Hey, to show you, I don't be just talking. Watch this. And I'm gonna see if you recognize this person. And I'm in my crib. Watch this. This is in my kitchen. Hey man, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And that's Joshua 24:15. And you know he was a real warrior. That's how we got to going here. You hear me? That's how we going. That's how we going. That's how we going, man.
All day. And so that's the whole aura. That's why your house, like my house, have peace. If someone come in my house, I don't even have to tell them don't curse in my house, right? I don't even have to tell them to do certain things because the energy is there already, you know. And so it's like that peace, it's that harmony. And so when God talks about, see, I think so. That's why I said we have to have a conversation. We gonna go to the scriptures on that one, but
yeah.
But you know what I mean, because there's a lot of things that will, like for myself and for my woman, if there's anybody, period, there is a lens that I look through, you know, and that lens, man, is like, you know, coming, like you said, coming from the streets, you have the street mentality, and then when you make it to this place, right, it's a whole nother level because now it's about transformation, and a lot of time it's like, when people go through transformation, they miss it a lot of times. It's just a transaction. Like learning new things don't change you. You know what I mean? It's just something that you add on. But when we dealing with what they talking about, like staying on point with that, is I agree that because I live it. Like if it's not in that word, right? Like me and my wife, our relationship, my kids, everything. I mean, everything that I do, right? Everything, right, that I do. I say what Jesus say. Jesus say I only say what my Father say. So I don't have no words outside of what the words say, that when I do things and when I live, because it's his breath. I'm on borrowed time and it's borrowed breath. So everything that I say and do, if listen, we're supposed to be ambassadors for Christ.
Right.
The Bible said
Right.
First John 4:17, as Christ is, so are we in this world. So I operate in that spirit, you know what I mean? Of listen, I have a job to do, I have an assignment to do that, and I have a time limit on it. You know what I mean? So just to even, okay, let me share this. Just to even have you on this other side of the screen, right? Knowing where we come from is a testimony within itself.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's about building all the time.
Definitely. You know, and like I said, it's and Joshua, we know, took over right after Moses, and that was after the first 5 books. So all those instructions, and I might go at my word now a little bit more fearless, but it covers everything with the female and the male, because a woman will tend to, I've seen sometimes where they attempt to belittle you, or they attempt to try to make you less than what it is. And it means nothing, but that's just what we live, the time that we live in also, you know. So if you think that giving that instruction stops at your door or under your roof, when you that ambassador, you go back into them same places where TD Jakes and Pastor Burton and all them can't go. Hey man, we got to go get them.
Definitely.
So it's deeper than the app, but it just solidified that the Lord say, hey, man, you run the church. Man, you run the household, but there's a responsibility to go with it. But that woman is there for the purpose of helping them things that we can't catch and can't turn and written a reminder. Hell yes, I believe it.
But it has to be a certain type of woman, and that certain is an alpha woman.
Wait, say that again. You starting some stuff, ain't you?
I gotta get you back.
Starting some stuff.
Listen, Anthony, you and Shantae, I need both of y'all. Front and center. We'll set a date. I'll give both of y'all a call. We want y'all on the set with us. We're gonna have us a good chit chat. And that.
Hey, Pam, with you know, all I do is call you and see what's happening. Then, hey, man, I'm gonna hit them right up as soon as I'm done. Send the number ASAP. Okay. Then we can see what's popping.
inbox him. Anthony Williams. He on my page. Inbox him and send him your number. But I'm gonna hit you up, y'all both up, because I wanna let's set a date.
Yeah, I would love to.
I would love to get y'all on and together, and we can sit down. We can have a good chit chat.
Man, I'm with it. I'm with it. We got a lot of stuff going on around here, man. We need them to see us like this. I mean, hey, I'm with it. I'm with it.
And I really thank y'all. Y'all took place of the guests that we didn't invite today, because y'all took place today. We really appreciate it. We did go over a little more, but we set times for ourselves for this podcast because we didn't know how much time we would need and how much time we would take. But like I said, we start when we want to and we end when we want to. But we appreciate y'all as guests today, and we will be in touch with both of y'all. Be sitting down. We want y'all together right here, so we can go back and forth, so I can laugh and I can put
Most definitely.
and everything.
Remember, y'all, Christ is king, man. Christ is king.
Yes, he is.
Definitely.
Yes, he is. Definitely.
All right, yeah, look, I'm finna make sure y'all got the number, so and we just gonna hook it up and we got it like that.
All right.
All right.
Y'all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Stopping in.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So now, I thought last week was the bomb. I thought last week was good. Don't get me wrong, it was the bomb too. It was the bomb as of that thought. So now I see we are doing nothing but doing better. But oh, but I'm excited. I'm excited.
This is what Milwaukee needs.
Right, exactly.
Milwaukee need more dialogue.
Yes, we do.
Positive dialogue.
Yes.
Talking about something that got
exactly. Something that's gonna help us. And I'm just gonna not put nobody out there or nothing like that, but to see two men that's been on one side and on another side, and they're progressing in life, and I look at one of them as a mentor too. And I ain't gonna lie, tell you stopped me because I didn't know what I was gonna expect from you. I thought I was gonna hear some old speak messages. I really did, but it touched my heart, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate the man that you are today. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been knowing you for a long time. So for me to see that and woo, you know, I'm happy, and that makes me feel good. And I love to see somebody make changes in their life that's productive and positive and want to better themselves and look outside of the box than the box that they've been all up in for a long time. So everybody, that was our show for today. That was our show for today. We did it. We did that.
Yet again.
We did that yet again. And we pulled them rabbits out of the basket. You know, I was sending out requests. Come on, get on here. I didn't know if anybody gonna get on here. I knew Anthony probably would come on. You know, but and Shay, I thought we were just gonna word box with him for a little while. I was gonna put Destiny on him. Because I was gonna lay back and help Betty with her homework by Destiny. Got a hold to him, but he came with a perspective that I was not expecting, and I'm very happy with the perspective that came with. You know, we're never all gonna agree 100% with what each other say, but at the same token, we respect each other, what each other saying, how we see it. That's our focus.
Hey, Awakening Podcast. Stay woke, Milwaukee.
CPD. BP.
And I still want my shirt she didn't give me yet, y'all.
She was just the only contestant. She can't win being the only contestant. Somebody talk to me about her.
I feel like if I participated.
Okay, y'all, tell me if y'all think she deserves a shirt. Just send me an inbox. Inbox me. Tell me get Destiny her shirt. Okay. I actually gave her a shirt last week.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she ain't wore it yet.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think about Destiny?
Yeah, I still got my shirt too.
You got your shirt?
Yeah. I still got my. I was gonna wear it when I found me some purple pants.
Okay.
All right. Glue together some shoes or something.
There you go. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna rock it right when I do it.
You know, we
Can't
always.
wait till I get my hair done.
I know it's about that time for me too.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Let me get my appointment. Let me get my appointment in because at this point,
she's about to get on me.
She need her shirt pin all Sapphire all up on your side.
Thank you.
I Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all. I thank y'all. God bless y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
All right. It don't want to end. Let's go all night, Destiny. It don't want to end.